Hello. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Nice
I'm
to
living.
see you. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're living. I'm glad that there is life
In
and there
this
is
world.
yeah, it's so much life in the world.
This world is so alive.
Because Luca isn't here in the beginnings anymore, it always looks like Akira's off alone. Like he's just very lonely. Very lonely man.
Oh no.
Hard life.
The hangout scene, he's just looking off away from everyone.
All around me are familiar faces.
Yeah, boy.
Ah, that song's even more fucking funny.
How do you have
Funny?
familiar
faces
faces?
are familiar. There are no familiar faces.
Have to be able to see to have any familiarity with faces.
I have to be able to see in order for anybody to give a shit.
And just said Mad
shit.
World is a funny song.
Funny meme song.
He is right though. You have to be able to see for anyone to give a shit. It's kind of like that one scene in Mulan that no one likes talking about, where Mushu's just like, "What? You're a girl again, remember?" Only with sight. Because snake tastes like chicken and cockatrice exist. Dude, Second Shadow, I don't know what you're talking about, but hi. Anyway. My dudes, we are playing some Avatar. Maybe you guys remember Avatar. It's something we've been doing pretty decently consistently the past little bit, because we're near the end of what is going to be happening with this entire scenario. At that point, I do wish for us to quickly jump into things. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be switching over to the main screen. Haja! Really quickly. Here we are. We're in the room.
Ow! I
The
really
room.
hope that's not copyrighted.
What? Payow?
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow!
It's Chow.
What the fuck? Oh,
Just walk
Owen
up to
Wilson
one.
burst
Ka-chow.
through the fucking room.
See, that's how
kills you.
that's how we end up winning. A car comes over and
Where's
saves
my
everyone.
$100?
Where's my $100? Anytime
Starts
you say
beating
ka-chow, it's $100.
Starts beating up David.
imagine getting beat up for money by fucking Owen Wilson.
Oh man.
Take this one.
Good
and
luck with
that
Owen
one,
Wilson to beat anybody up.
Oh my god.
Good
Jesus
lord.
Christ.
Just
Christ,
ragging
you
on the
called
man.
him
We're just
out.
getting him. We're
Yeah.
just getting him down.
I mean, I'm just
You know how?
saying what is factually true.
You know what's really sad about Owen Wilson?
What's that?
What?
I keep confusing him and David Spade for the voice of Sparks in that new Spyro series.
Oh my god. When you say new,
Not new.
I was gonna say when
Relatively new.
you say new.
The last Spyro trilogy to be made
Well,
at this moment.
luckily,
Remake doesn't count.
Luckily, that trilogy will never show itself onto the world of Avatar world, so we don't have to worry too much on that. But speaking of which, Ichibe,
Hello.
what happened last game?
I almost died again, but then I didn't. And Dad gave me a robe, and my robe's pretty cool now.
You can do better than that. I believe in you.
Ooh.
Look, you have
So,
you have Octopath music in the background. I believe in you.
Oh, well, wonderful. Anxiety. So once upon a time, I wanted to go visit my dead dad, but not like at his grave. I wanted to visit him spiritually. And I grabbed some people that could help me do that, and my mother and my girlfriend, because I figured I met her dad after killing him, so she should probably meet my dad, but she didn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to meet my dad, we had to travel pretty fucking far into a ravine full of mist that was not fun because the mist decided to not be mist every few steps, so we'd start sinking. And everybody made it but me. And I fell really far, but I didn't die because ninjas always land on their feet, even if they're broken.
I thought that was cats.
That must hurt.
Don't worry about it. And then after that, I ended up finding my girlfriend's dad, even though I didn't think I was going to be looking for him because I was looking for my dad and not her dad. But her dad helped me out and was like, hey, you don't need to be here, so go away. And I was like, all right. I won't be here and I will go away. We had a good old conversation about my issues and how I want to be better for the people around me and not cause them pain, but also cause pain to one particular person. But we'll get to that part. That part hasn't happened yet. That might be this part. That might be next part. We're not sure. And I talked to Dad, and Dad was like, your mom's trying to convince you of not going out because she doesn't want you to die. And I was like, well, that's kind of funny because I was going to convince her of not going out because I didn't want her to die. It's a mad world out there. And we had some talks, and I was like, hey, I'll do my best to make you proud, Dad. Dead Dad. I love you.
Dad.
I'm sorry. Everything will work out. And he was like, thumbs up, Leroy Jenkins, and walked away. Before I left, I let everybody else leave, and I talked to my mask and was like, hey, are you actual thing that I can see physically? And he was like, yeah, kind of, not really. You can feel me. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but okay. You cool? And he said, yeah, I'm cool. You cool? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And then we moved on to other people. And the other people, just trying to get my bearings around the everything that happened in that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really happened, actually, if I'm not mistaken. They had a couple conversations about the plan of attack. We gathered our people. We had two people in particular, which was Luca and Yuki, turn the desert into the North Pole, which hopefully will not have any drastic problems with the ecosystem in the future, but we'll see. And we didn't go anywhere further past that. And that's about it, man. That's about everything.
Okay. As that is essentially what it has broken down to. You guys, after going through your little spiritually whoozy whatsits, everybody gathered up, started talking about how best to tackle the situation going forward. There was a bit of debate whether or not you guys should freeze over the entirety of the desert, but eventually you guys had figured out that the Black Rings are probably doing far worse to the desert than you guys ever could. Hopefully, who knows? That's for after game shit. Who's to really care about all this consequences that'll happen. But eventually you guys realized that not only did Luca feel that it was possible to freeze over the entirety of the desert, they said it was probable as long as there was a them and a Yuki and able to do so. You guys got all of your things out there. You guys got your sand surfers. You guys got a special one from doing some things. A bunch of the people came back to get ready to go forward. You guys have decided to make your way off to the Oasis as your first stop, since you can potentially set out to different places at that point. But yeah, I had said that we skipped ahead a little bit to where you guys could go off and do such things. We started the winter storm, and as we come back into things, we are going to set about making sure that everybody is absolutely ready, because you guys would have had to have waited out the actual storm itself for a couple of days. That being said, everyone knows that in 2 days' time that you guys are going to be marching off into the desert, going straight in toward the Oasis. So, before we move on to what we want to do with this little bit of time we have left, I think we have a dice to roll.
I'm waiting. I'll go and do the thing.
You're going to do
it's time. I'm not even going to move it. I'm just going to keep it exactly where it is.
Oh, jeez. What if it moves by itself?
Spin. 13? That's a little high. That's okay. That's not bad. We'll see.
we don't know what that is. We don't know if it's good or bad. Who knows?
We'll see.
It's somewhere. It's something.
You know, we'll see.
We'll check things out.
We'll see.
By the way, I can't find any Ichibe inspiration, so I'm just gonna give you 2 love inspirations. Here you go.
Okay.
Good for you. Good job. Now you have them. You can do with
Thank
them
you.
what you wish. As you guys would be almost ready to take your way off into the Siwang Desert, I will bring up one more time for anybody who wishes to have anything. A couple of you have already talked to me on things you guys might want to do. A couple of you have not. So, first things first, does anybody that hasn't already talked to me about things have anything they want to do over the next 2 days? Or are you just going to get ready to move off into the desert?
I'm pretty okay. Like, I'd probably just keep doing what I've been doing, which is, I guess, earthbending or something.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing that's like, nothing I gotta focus on.
Okay. Since nobody is calling out anything, there are a couple of things that we want that we would like to do. First things first. The day after everyone has set forth to freeze the desert, we are going to bring ourselves back into the palace as we're going to make our way over to Melee.
Bah. Oh wait, wrong game.
Yeah, you don't bet here. You don't bet. That's beyond. No, you don't bet.
No, not bad. Bah.
Oh, I guess you can. I suppose you can bet.
Eh.
I guess you can have permission to bet. It's on you. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Melee. You find as you wake up for the morning after of everything is happening, you would find that you are currently inside of the palace, as everybody else has been basically stationed here the entire time. You are going between Baba's area and the palace as things go around, but again, it's great to be around Baba. She's very overbearing sometimes, and she basically like wants people to be working 24/7. So it's like you could stay there for like a day, and that was really nostalgic. Get me the fuck out of there.
Oh man, I missed you so much.
I love it.
Loved it. Love living here.
You would
It's
find.
great.
You would find as you would be getting up for the day, as you would be doing your things, there would be a swift knocking upon your door. It almost sounds as if somebody has taken a cane to the door and has hit it against the door 4 times. Just a bashed bam, 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 bam. Not as in like aggressively, but just. It doesn't sound like a fist. It doesn't sound like a like flesh.
Bubba doesn't use a cane. What?
You just say what?
What?
What do you want?
There's no immediate response. What?
I suppose I can return later.
Huh? What?
You hear the voice of the previous avatar behind the door.
That. Oh, yeah, 1 minute. Okay, okay. Yeah, nobody next to me. Wait, where am I again?
You are inside of the room that you were staying in the palace. It is a rather nice room that is usually reserved for royalty. You are alone currently.
God, even when I'm fucking married, I can't wake up next to somebody. That fucking sucks.
You look around like, oh God, I can't let Dad find, and then it's like, oh, he's not here.
Well, fuck me sideways. I guess that's too hard. You can come in. Not like there's anyone to hide anyway.
All right. just there's a pause as you say it like that. It's just like, okay. You find as the door seems to slightly shift open, there is an audible grunting sound coming from the other side, as if a bit of effort seems to have been exerted upon doing so. You find, as you look beyond the crack in the door that now forms, you do find that there is I would say familiar face, but again, it took you guys a little bit of time to actually realize who he was. You find that there is, in fact, the avatar behind there. You see Dion Lee as he looks forward, just kind of like eyes the room for a second. I wish to speak with you.
Sure. I mean, I had maybe some words, but they didn't seem urgent or important, but I guess things have their way of working out.
I don't suppose anything I have to say is very urgent or important either. Meet me in the gardens whenever you are ready.
Yeah, sure. Are you gonna be with the baby bison?
I will not be looking out for it, but most likely they will find me eventually.
They like you. I'll look for the baby bison. I'll look for the baby bison.
The door seems to slide to a shut, and again there is another audible grunting sound behind it. As the door closes, you look about. You don't know where the Karao has made their way off to. You don't know when exactly you want to. He wants to speak to you. You hear the footsteps leaving down the hallway. Again, he doesn't seem to. You've never recognized this person to have a cane either, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This person.
I'd like to know, do you want to go and search for the Karao, or would you like to just immediately make your way over to see Dion Lee?
Right now she's a little bit like, I'm kind of fucking mad at Corral. You can't. Were you somewhere? Did you have to go somewhere so fucking urgent you couldn't freaking wake up your wife and be like, honey, it's time for us to go do things, even though we had nothing planned?
Jesus
You can at
Christ.
least fucking try. Oh, he's in the doghouse.
If I wanted to wake up without anyone near me, I would have stayed with Duncan.
Exactly. If I wanted to just keep waking up alone, I could have just stuck with Duncan. Bullshit. She'll make her way to the gardens, yeah.
Upon stepping out, you find that there is a bit of mummering going about throughout the palace today. Again, you guys know that there is a humongous ass fucking storm happening just outside the walls of Ba Sing Se. So most people are a little bit just still talking about that after seeing fucking bending upon that magnitude. Totally bending, and definitely isn't any spiritual bullshit.
Definitely not.
You find that it is basically the talk of everyone. People are secretive. There's definitely whispers more than anything, but it's also almost like there's a tension within the entire palace. There are people from the Fire Nation soldiers wandering about. There are the Dai Li and the Earth Nation soldiers going about. Eventually, as you make your way through all of everyone, you find yourself looking out in toward where the gardens would be facing. And yes, as you look out there, you do see that more or less he is still surrounded by baby bison. as he has just walked up to a tree and sat down, and immediately upon sitting down, you see 4 bison just floating over and flying into the area and just landing about him. Just listfully floating over and just landing on him. You almost hear the Sideshow Bob. But no. Upon seeing that, you make your way out into where the gardens would be. You look off away from the marching of soldiers happening at the front of the palace, where people are preparing to have their stuff and move along. People are attempting to learn the bare minimum of anything they would need to do to be able to run the sand surfers if needed to. But it's not going well. Sand bending is more difficult than people in the walls give it credit for. But as you make your way out and make your way over toward the gardens, you do find them, that Dion Lee is just sort of sitting there. And as you begin to approach him, you note he looks off. As you approach Dion Lee, you see that he seems to be a little bit more wrinkly than you remember him being whenever you guys had first met him. You also note that there's a slight rigidness about him as he's going about doing anything with the bison, as they're like kind of like petting up on him and he's lifting his arm up to pet on them and yada yada.
Yeah.
But as you look beyond him, he seems to be very much tired.
Yeah.
You begin to approach, I'm guessing.
Yeah, as she makes her way, she's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna kind of like
Do. Excuse me, Pepe.
sit right next and then bring Pepe in again.
Pepe?
So
Yeah,
that,
this one's called Pepe. I don't know. Someone named it Pepe.
so
I'm not gonna
that
question
one,
it.
so that one is Pepe.
Yeah, that was Pepe.
I've
that
been
one's
calling
M.
him number 3.
That one's called M. This one's called Go. And this one's called M. Well, this one's called May. This one's also called May. There we go. There. May, Go, M, and Pepe. I didn't name them.
He looks at them, looks back to you as you name them all. He gives you a look as if he doesn't believe you.
I mean, you can call out to them, right, May?
You see that the bison are just kind of blissfully floating above the ground. You say May to one, 2 of them look up.
It's really, you know, it takes time. It takes time. They're still learning. They're just babies, you know. You shouldn't judge them.
Jesus Christ.
A lot happens when you grow up without a father figure. You know, you go out and you venture and join a circus dance troupe of jaded women. You go into a freaking wild goose chase searching for somebody who you think would be a 10-year-old but actually turns out to be someone in their teens. You get killed, almost get killed several times. You learn the truth about your past. And then you get married to a dragon.
I do not know if these bison have to worry about any of that.
They probably don't, thank goodness.
It seems like something that one who was destined to live a full life would say.
Full of something.
Hmm.
I lived a life full of something. I mean, I don't think it was bad. Could have been worse. I wouldn't have gotten to live that life if not for you, though.
I do not know what you mean.
I'd still be some headless dead girl on a slab.
He looks genuinely surprised as he looks over to you. How did you...
It's a weird, complicated story. A weird water spirit. Some black ring chick tried to poison me. I looked just like when you found me, but like actually well kept, you know? Like someone loved me. Kind of crazy, not even a scar? God, no bragging rights.
I did not know if it would work. And I did not know for how long it would work.
Did you also do the whole,
Like, she like knocks on her head, like,
duck, 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 you know, no memories?
No. I do not wish to sour our meeting today, but That was done to you before I made my way.
Oh.
You were meant to be something different for me. I did not realize I'd have to explain this to you, so I am sorry. But
I mean, I probably could have lived my whole life without knowing, but I'm not mad at the fact that I know it now.
when I was younger, I'm sure you know some of this by now, I had tried to do everything within my power to escape from my duties, and to escape the thought of death in my life. The only thing that I knew was going to happen was that after I died, my spirit would continue to be reborn again and again, and my memories and myself would be locked in servitude to this cycle. I created the black rings out of fear with those who I had helped along the way in my journey. Ones who I knew would become trusted and would not question, even if I were to say something crazy.
Is that why Baba wasn't a black ring?
She did not agree with a lot of what I wanted.
And yet you probably trusted her more than anybody.
Not at the time, I didn't. At the time, I thought I knew much better than her. I had broken out one of our previous associates from a place known as the Boiling Rock. They unfortunately frequented that place. I had thought to use them to achieve my goals, but eventually I learned that they were too unhinged. So I took them back to where they would not hurt anyone. I took them back to their temple. While I continued to look for a way to cheat death using beings tied to my blood, using things tied to my essence, nothing was working. But she got results. I had seen her off in the north of the Earth Kingdom whenever I was performing a new task, and whenever I had seen them, they were different, youthful. This person, they were changed. They had a body not dissimilar from yours now. They were energetic, they were stronger. And whenever they showed me what they could do, I could not help but be intrigued. She had told me it would take a couple of years, but she could do the same for me. I took her up on it. I followed her to that place after a few years' time. This was after I had already given up on most of my other ventures, everything becoming less and less important as my age caught up with me. All of the thoughts that I had done, all of the evils that I had allowed throughout my life finally catching up to me and making me tired. Whenever I went to see her, she had done it again. She was even younger. Her and her people at the temple, they had all changed. Not a single one of them looked as if they were even any older than their 30s. And then they brought you out to show me. All they would need to do, thanks to some strange ritual or some inherent magics that they discovered or something, I don't know. But they were stealing the lives, the very lives out of their children. This is not good music for children stealing.
for children killing.
I do not know how it worked, but once I saw you, I hesitated. They said that they could use you, someone born from their blood, to not only return to me youth, but to make it almost impossible for me to ever succumb to the defect of aging again. I do not know what lies within you, and I do not know what they did to prepare you the way they did. But when you came walking out of there and you obediently laid upon that altar, you were not there. Whatever they had done to you had stripped you of whatever life you had. Unfortunately, that is most likely what happened to your memories. Not that I think you would have wanted to remember anything that way in the first place.
Was that my mom?
I have reason to believe it might have been your grandmother.
Oh, okay, so it really does run in the family then. That doesn't make it any better.
Whenever I saw the form that she had taken, when she had reclaimed her youth to this extent, I realized that she had killed her own daughter and planned to do the same to you. And she succeeded. I had told her not to. I had told her to be done with it. And as soon as I dropped my guard, she attacked you. In all my life of searching for unique bending styles, and all my life looking for spirits that could prolong me, I had never seen something quite so twisted. And it's something that they had spread to everyone in their circle, everyone in their entire temple. I killed everyone in that temple, Meili, except for you. I didn't know how long you would live beyond what I gave you. I didn't even know if it would work. But whenever I saw you open your eyes, You see him stop for a second. I said too much. Either way.
Kind of hard to even. Oh.
Sorry. Continue.
It's kind of hard to even remember that.
You were not all there for a little while. We spent a bit of time together. But I knew after seeing what had happened with that woman that the rest of the Black Rings were going to be a problem as well. So I had made my way to go and find all of them, to get them removed as quickly as I could. And that is whenever I left you with her. We had only spent around 2 or 3 weeks together by the time I had set my way away. But you were showing promise. You were showing emotion again, to an extent.
Baba says that once it hit, I cried for days. When she said you weren't coming back.
I didn't realize you had gotten that attached. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't, hate you or anything for it. Baba said you had important things you had to do that even she didn't know. Because you're the Avatar and you're important.
I had left to the desert.
Actually, if I'm remembering correctly, she didn't say that part. She never told me.
I had left to the desert immediately after dropping you off. And that would have been the last time that I was there until I awoke inside of this vessel.
You've gotten old.
I was plenty old whenever I last saw you. But yes, I have. I have spoken with several among you now. The only one that I haven't fully attempted to speak to is the one who shares my flesh. But I feel that I do not wish to speak with either of them.
Like Ichibe?
Him and his brother, yes. Whenever I had them, I was a completely different man. The reason I wanted to speak with you, Meili, was because you are the one that, if it not was for what happened with you, I most likely would not have tried to at least right some of the wrongs I did before I died. I didn't accomplish hardly anything, but I just felt like I should let you know.
I mean, it means a lot. When everyone was like, yeah, this guy, this one's the Avatar. It's just, I had a lot of things in my head that I could have said or done. But they just, I guess, didn't seem important at the time. Didn't seem like they really, really mattered compared to everything else going on. Like, why what happened to me? Why did it matter to save me? Why was I even in that in the first place? Now I know it all, and it's still fucked. But
if it were not for me and my drive for unending life, then perhaps you wouldn't have had to suffer through what you did.
And then, I mean, if it was Grandma and she did that to Mom. It was only a matter of time till I was on that chopping block, whether you were there or not.
She was a wild person, but she was different whenever we were traveling as children. I don't know if something in the boiling rock had changed her, or perhaps whatever ritual she had created or found had taken what little sanity she had left. I do not know. But it does not excuse anything me or she did. She or I is probably the best way to put that. I'm a dumbass.
I do have another question.
This was not entirely the conversation I thought to have with you, but you deserve answers.
When we were helping the Kara'o, we had made a deal with them to find his scales and locate it in the walls of Ba Sing Se. There was a spirit of a lady, an airbender. I don't recognize her at all, but she sure seemed to recognize me, and she really hated my face.
I had hoped that she would have been purified by the tree, but I suppose not. Do you truly wish for me to tell you, Mei Li?
I mean, whatever I did do to her, it was probably as a child and completely unwarranted of her ire, but I am curious. What did I do wrong?
Nothing. There was a darkness within you. You were already atop the altar, and you were already prepared to become a vassal, or however that ritual was supposed to go. I do not know if they were meant to just drain you of your life, or take over your body, or what, I do not know. But after you had awoken, there was something left in you. There was something that I did not know how to handle. Have you spoken with Rue or Luca about what had happened in the Southern Water Tribe?
No, not really. Not that I can remember, at least.
I was shown by the shamans there a style of bending that they did to attempt to purify or control spirits. After I realized there was something stuck within you, I got it out as best I could. And I placed it under the watch of a dragon inside of that tree, in hopes that it would be purified. Perhaps there was something else in my mind when it came to this city as well. I cannot say that my intentions have always been pure. Perhaps that spirit wasn't who I thought it was, or perhaps that spirit was, in fact, what was left over my companion. But he turns again very rigidly towards you. If that person has not been dealt with, if they have not been purified, then whatever I did was for naught. You have to be careful, Mei Li.
Uh,
If they are able to do what we believe them to do, if they can bring someone like me back, and I've spoken with Rue and Luca for the same, we believe that they might have returned with a foe that you have fought before, as well as the one that you had fought down in the lake the other day. The one that apparently covered himself in blood. We believe that if they still have the ability to do what they did with me, they could in fact return any of their most loyal to some sort of vassal the same. If that spirit is still around, she will most likely be a prime target for that.
Who is she though? Is she grandma?
I don't know if there's anything left of that woman in there. Perhaps it's some sort of a spirit or demon she had colluded with. Perhaps it truly is the last vestiges of her insanity. But I would not consider whatever is left there to be your grandma. Also, I'm so happy that the lightning struck at literally that moment. That was crazy.
I heard that.
That I had saw it in the corner of my eye, like, because it reflected a little bit. I'm just like, what the fuck was that? And then the boom happened. I'm like, oh. Interesting. I do not know how to help. I've already spoken with Akira, as well as the other two. I am not sure how much longer this vessel has, but I cannot make my way into the desert with this body. I do not know if I will be here when you return, but if that spirit still lives, I hate to put this to you, but she will most likely be coming for you. Whatever happened to you, Mei Li, you were a complete vessel, which means you are what she wants.
Oh, I wouldn't know what to do about it. I feel like it's something we should do something about. But I kind of slept on a lot of that spirit mumbo jumbo.
If I would have known that that spirit continues to exist, I would have actually tried to teach those waterbenders spirit bending. He just sort of like leans back against the tree. It is far too late now.
I can't remember when she came out what we did with her. I think she's still sealed somewhere.
How exactly did you see them?
Well, they just looked like an air master, just like the statues in the temple. She didn't look like me or anything. In the vision I saw in the water, the lady that did that to me looked just like me, like the way I look now.
The lady that you saw there was not her true form, Mei Li. As I mentioned to you before, I believe she took the body of your mother.
Oh, yeah. Mm. Well, I didn't recognize her, but
She
sure did
definitely
recognize
recognized
me.
you.
Yeah. She seemed... It set off Nuan. And she seemed fine, and then she just saw me, and then just went into a frenzy.
I cannot tell you what is on that spirit's mind. But they would see you as someone that eventually led to their death.
Mm.
Meili,
Well, then if... Huh?
I don't know what to do. If I had known, I would have thought about something, anything I could do, but I can't even move my arms and legs the way I want to. Let alone perform any sort of bending or instruction. I must unfortunately leave your fate to you.
I mean, that's really not any different from what you did several years ago. You left me with Baba. It was only a matter of time before someone had to leave. And I'm not kicking Baba out of her own house. That's signing my own death warrant.
Now you know why I wanted outside of the walls whenever I was young. There's a very slight smirk going just from the corner of his mouth from that.
Oh, she's great. I learned a lot from her, you know. It's just I also learned that I could only take her in so much. And I think she understands that. Everyone has limits. Besides, I could tell after a while I started clinging to her like a lemur. And, I don't think she's too keen on that. She doesn't have the cuddle craving that I do.
Speaking of those lemurs, I believe I saw your spouse making his way to the lower walls with your lemurs.
Oh, okay, so the Karato wakes up all of the lemurs, but not his fucking wife. That's great. This is gonna be a great marriage.
If there's someone that you are unhappy with, as I said, I leave your fate to you. Don't settle for anything that is going to be wrong. If something is happening that you dislike, I don't care if that is a dragon. Change it.
Yeah, he's only been a human for like a week. He doesn't know any better. In all honesty, it's probably good that he's kind of doing his own little thing. Don't want to be a naggy possessive wife already 1 year in, like 1 week in. That's kind of crazy. I didn't do half of the things Baba told me to do when I was younger. It's about time I get my comeuppance in some way, shape, or form. Especially after all the things I was doing in a dance troupe.
If this truly is the Karato, he's had hundreds of years to be by himself. He can stand a mortal lifetime with someone else.
I mean, but it doesn't mean he's gonna get used to it in a week. Again, he was a big frickin' dragon all up in a cold mountain by himself. It doesn't mean he has the best people skills.
You are difficult like her.
You know I'm right. She could probably say the same thing about you.
As I mentioned to you before, I'm not sure how long I have remaining.
Then you should at least pay Baba a visit. She won't kill you.
I was going to continue by saying, at the very most, I believe this body can last until the last days of summer's end. I don't know how long you're going to be in the desert, but if you do complete your tasks and you do wish to return, the reason I wish to go to you this morning is because I wish to offer whatever remaining days I have to whatever it is you wish. If you want me to leave the walls, I can as well.
How am I gonna invite you to my wedding if I tell you to leave?
I believed you'd already be married. Is that not the case? I'm confused.
I mean, that doesn't mean you can't have the wedding later.
So you have not had the wedding yet.
No.
And why is he
Although
not
you might
here?
have to fight.
Then why is he not here trying to swoon with you or whatever?
Because he doesn't know any better. He's been a dragon for like a bajillion years.
Dragons
He's only been
can
a person.
court.
Dragging these nuts.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
You are too
Like,
good. You are too good for him.
Oh my god, Dad. I'm just saying, he's only been a person for a week. It's not like he has experience with all the karao ladies out there, because as far as I fucking know, there was only one karao.
You see him look off in the distance. If the wedding has not happened yet, then I am not too late to stop it.
Oh my god.
I can probably find another suitable suitor around here somewhere if I put my mind to it. What about Akira?
What about Akira?
Alright then, I'll move on.
What about Akira? I already had to pretend to be his courtesan half the time, but he still didn't make a move.
Then I will go and find someone else. Don't worry, I will find someone much more suitable to you.
Oh my god.
I may not be able to move very well, but I can get inside of a cart and have people wheel me around, who's to say?
What the fuck?
It's okay. I've already done my perusing of the male market, and Ichibei turned out to be my brother.
No, it's fine. I can find someone. Don't worry. You're gonna be gone for a little while.
And Duncan only wants one night stands.
Which one was Duncan again?
Dad?
Which one was Duncan again?
Oh, you want to know which one Duncan was? He left me. I would wake up and he would be gone. She just clings to him like daddy.
Jesus
Which one is Duncan again?
He's the one in the high ponytail and the royal fire palace armor. That might be a bit too much to chew on. I'm just saying, it's okay. We've made amends.
I've destroyed a secret Fire Nation prison facility in my life. I don't think that I give much care for the Fire Nation and their rules.
No, it's okay. Just tell him it's all right. You're too busy with work, because that's what I used on him. It's okay. He's just so busy with work that he had to stand me up for the other avatar. It's okay. No, I'm not mad.
All right then. So no Duncan, no Akira, and no Kurao. I will find another.
No, the Karao's fine. It's fine. It's just a work.
Rue is handsome enough, is he not? If you wish to find someone with white hair.
I mean, Rue's okay.
All right, no Rue then. I will go and look.
Hold up, just okay. I don't take that personally.
Hold the fuck up.
Look, I don't fucking know you, dude. You came in and I left.
Yeah, that's fair.
He goes to stand up. As he does, again, you feel that It is causing him a lot more effort than usual. You go to help him, and as soon as you move your hand over his, you feel a rigidness and a hardness that you did not expect. As you touch his hand to try to help him up, you feel more like what you believe him to be made from. You feel almost the same solidness of stone underneath his skin. Something that any other time you guys have interacted with him, you did not feel, or did not at least notice. Do not worry. There is no need to worry. It has already happened once. I do not fear it. And again, I have until summer's end, I believe. Hopefully.
Yeah. Do you need me to help you anywhere, though? Anywhere you wanted to go?
He looks to you. No, I'm fine. I'm just glad that I was able to speak with you. I still haven't got to say what I wanted to say whenever I came to see you earlier.
Then say it.
I didn't realize you knew as much as you did. You've grown up quite well. You are much the same as I remember. But it was shocking when I saw you back on the Ember Isles. It was shocking how much you have changed as well.
You gotta grow up sometime. At my own rate, of course.
I'm sorry that I did not return. I did not expect to die in that desert. I would have returned. You
It's okay.
can choose to believe me or not if you want.
I believe you. I don't think I've ever had a reason not to. When you left, you never said you were coming back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything, Meili. I'm very proud to see you again.
She gonna give him a hug. Hey, I never thought I'd get to see you again. When I was little, that was all I ever wanted. When I joined the little stupid avatar exhibition, I knew I wasn't gonna see my avatar again. But new one was good enough.
Not the other one, but our new one.
No, not the loser one.
Not the failure one.
So, if anything, even if I was mad or upset or anything like that, seeing you again like this makes up more than anything. It makes it all worth it.
Perhaps, since you are not leaving until a day from now, you had asked if I wanted to go anywhere. Perhaps you could take me back to your home, and we can speak with Baba as well.
Of course. Should we try to get a spirit apple so she can placate her?
Oh, she told you about that, did she?
Well, she actually didn't. We actually just found out by pure coincidence. But I think she still has a soft spot for them. I never saw her get the way she did ever until she saw a spirit apple.
Perhaps I will try to find one while all of you are gone then.
Well, don't push yourself too hard. Can't make it to the end of the summer if you do.
I doubt that I will be allowed to either way, so I will choose not to. For now. Come, let us make our way. As you make your way down with Dion Lee over toward Baba's place, you find that for the next little bit of time, there is mostly just some very passive-aggressive actions from Baba. You know, usual growing up shit that you remember.
Don't worry, she missed you.
Coming from them as most of the day goes relatively well. You would find eventually that as you would leave Dion Lee with them, they seem to somewhat be able to talk at least a little bit. Baba seems to be a little bit more receptive to listening than she usually is. As you go about that for the remainder of time, you do eventually find yourself looking for a chance to leave. You find your way looking around about the place to try to figure out more stuff to do, until finally you do, through effort, leave the two of them back at the glassblower's place and make your way back to the palace.
All right, don't kill yourself now. Bye.
Over the next little bit of time, eventually, the Karao would make his way back from whatever he was doing. It is not until very late that night that he does, because again, going from the upper to the center walls to the outer walls it's a trip. It's a trip for anyone, and especially if you don't have wings like a dragon.
Oh yeah.
But you would find that he would have eventually returned, and out of everything, he doesn't seem as if he is extremely apologetic about things. It doesn't seem like he says anything about doing anything wrong.
Good fucking day to you too, honey.
As he finds his way there, he almost immediately upon returning falls into bed. But as you say that, he turns to you. I do not know. I don't know what you were feeling. You said happy things, but it sounded like you weren't being happy.
Yeah, see, that's called passive aggression. It's like aggression, but it doesn't seem like aggression because it kind of passes through you. It's passive aggression. Yeah. But it's okay. I've already kind of, I've accepted that this is going to be work.
Good.
Good? Good?
You've accepted. He stops, turns to you again on the bed. I feel I said something wrong.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit, but you didn't mean to. Just, again, a dragon for hundreds of years, a person for a week. So what'd you do out in town?
No.
No.
I mean, I don't want to tell you. Wait. Nothing.
Sick.
Any more words you want to say, and to make it not completely obvious that you're hiding something? I mean, if you are, it's whatever.
I am not.
Okay.
Okay, where's Colin?
I don't know.
Dead.
I haven't seen him since he released my mouth.
You know that's probably like in some sort of way your spirit son, and you just let him faff about somewhere.
From what
Are
I
you even,
understand, he's the reason that village was trying to garner things from me. I find him difficult. I do not know whether I should pity him or kill him.
Lol.
I mean, have you asked?
I believe he would have a preference.
I mean, but at least you asked. That makes people think that you care about their opinions.
But I don't.
You can at least try, or like at least fake it, so that you establish a sense of security, even if it's a false one.
Is that something that you do?
I mean,
It's
not
funny at least.
overtly.
Hmm.
I mean,
I might
you
have.
learned a trick.
I might have time tomorrow. I could go and find him and lie to him if you wish.
You don't have to go and lie to him or anything like that. I've just learned a thing or two with the dance troupe. It's not a big deal. It just seemed like you might have been curious about that. But I mean, if you're going to let him live his life, I don't see why I can't either.
He turns a little bit on the bed again. As you look toward him, he does seem to very much, as you speak, he does seem to very much look as if he is very tired. Then
Do you
what
want
was
me
it
to
that
tuck
you
you in?
have...
No, what are you going to say?
I was going to ask, what was it that you have done today?
Oh, just talk to the avatar that sealed all your skills away in the bossing say and gave you the scar.
Oh. So something terrible.
he-
I'm like...
I mean, he's my dad after all. And your father-in-law.
Bleep. I realized I hadn't grabbed him and put him over here with you. Bloop. Oh yeah, and there's a lemur. Cool.
I mean, he had a lemur apparently. Where's Kometu?
He had all the lemurs apparently.
He is not ever without Kometu for some fucking reason.
He likes it. As you look him over, I guess that's something I can tolerate.
That's what they say a lot about in-laws. I guess I can tolerate them. So I hear, at least.
Your other in-law is a lot more difficult because they wish to butt their nose into things.
Baba?
But at least with them, I respect it.
I mean, to be fair, she's the woman that raised me. She's gonna wonder what the hell other mess I've gotten myself into now, and how long it's gonna be a mess.
I had asked them. He turns on the bed.
You want me to tuck you in? You look really, really beat.
If that is something that is going to end the conversation so that I don't have to slip and say anything else, then yes.
Just pulls over a blanket.
Oh,
Okay,
that's what this
Stinky.
is.
Okay, Stinky.
Hmm.
I mean, as far as I know, you've been out all day. I don't know if you've had a bath.
I have not.
Stinky. It's okay. So what are you doing tomorrow? Going back to do your super secret... Oh, wait. Nothing again?
He takes in your words, waits for a good, 30 seconds. Yes.
Okay, then. Well, whenever you're not busy doing your pantomount of nothing, we're going to have to start planning a wedding.
I am not good at passive-aggressive things.
A wedding
So I
isn't
am-
passive-aggressive.
I was still speaking of the other thing.
Oh.
So, I believe first off we've already had our wedding.
I mean, kind of. That was more like a ceremony, but I mean like the nice event where everybody else feels included.
Why should they feel included? I'm not marrying them.
I mean, that's a very good point. And this is also, honestly, now that I think about it, you're starting to fit the role of a husband very well, because most men that are getting married immediately think this. It's for me. It's for me.
It's for me. It's mine.
It's for me.
Oh. All right then.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a big one, but,
It can be however big you wish. I just do not know how to plan something like that.
It's okay. The man never plans a damn thing anyway. They just sit and nod and say, yes, honey, whatever you want.
Oh, that's very easy. I can do that.
I didn't think that'd be too hard.
He's just gonna ruffle his hair a little bit.
There is a lot of lying in mortal life.
I mean, I wouldn't call it lying entirely. I'd say it's just a little bit of prettying up the truth of the matter.
I will go tomorrow and do what I was doing today. And I will find Colin and bring him as well.
Unless you don't want to. Don't do anything you don't want to for my part.
If I force him to come with me, I will be able to complete it a lot quicker.
Oh, okay, then yeah, by all means.
And then I'll also be able to lie to him like you want me to.
You don't have... I'm not telling you to lie to him.
Kind of sounds like you are.
All I'm saying is that unless you wanted to get to any sort of solutions to questions on what's going on, then maybe, hanging out with Colin a little bit might not be a bad idea. I mean, get to know your son.
Would that make him your son as well?
I don't know. Because, there's nothing there that's of me. I'd be like a stepmom. But he's also really old, so I'm not sure if he would accept me. What if he never considers me his mother? I'm just gonna be... I'm just going... No, I'm being... No, it's okay. I'm being dramatic.
Oh.
I'm being dramatic. He's only a couple years shy from me. It's fine. It's kind of weird to call a person maybe 3 to 4 years older than you, mom. That's, and especially when his dad is a bajillion years old. It's fine.
We'll figure out this complicated mess at some other time.
Yeah, no, you need to get some...
She's gonna keep tucking in, freaking getting the blanket under him so he's nice and cozy.
You need to sleep because you're just so tired. So busy.
As you are tucking him in, you do find that even though he said that he has not bathed, you do find that there is obvious signs that he has gotten wet at some point today. You also find that as you go about getting him ready, that he seems very much as if he is far more relaxed than you've seen him, which probably just comes from apparently he seemed to exert himself a lot. As soon as you get him completely fully tucked in, he sort of turns back. Is this supposed to keep me locked into the bed?
No. It's just kind of fun.
I was
You could
told
easily leave.
I was told by your Baba before I made my way here that I made a mistake in leaving without saying goodbye. So if this is a ploy to keep me stationed here or keep me trapped here, I do understand. But I will let you know that it is not something that I can't break.
No, you can easily get out. I mean, it did kind of upset me waking up and seeing you weren't there, but again, this isn't the first time, or the second, or the third, or the fourth, or the fifth? How many times? I've woken up alone a lot.
You don't like it?
No.
Then I won't do it again.
You promise?
Yes.
Do you know what a promise is?
Yes. This
Okay.
is not one of the mortal lies that you were speaking of earlier.
Like, well, think about it for a minute. I mean, I already got your word to say you won't do it again, but maybe a part of human life is using some introspection, trying to empathize with people and try to understand where they're coming from. Say that you had a long night, and you took solace that I was there, or that Kometu was there, and you wake up one day, and you reach for Kometu, and he's not there.
Are you saying somebody took Kometu?
No.
Oh.
I'm saying Kometu just left.
Where did he go?
That's what I want to know.
That's what I want to know.
He looks like he's about to sit up.
she just like brings them back down. No.
Kometu's here. He's fine.
He's
I'm
right
using
over
a
there. Why were you saying that?
I'm using a hypothetical. A hypothetical is a situation that I'm putting you in that is not exactly happening, but it's to put you in the mental position. We're working on empathy here. What if, in this parallel world, that Kometu was not here? You had a wonderful night with Kometu, even if it was just, we're going to bed. And you wake up and you reach for his sweet fluffy tail to reassure you that you are not alone in this cold, cruel world.
Sometimes it is slimy.
We're kind of straying away from the point here. What if? And he's just not there. He's gone. Off to take on the world, or whatever the hell he's doing with his life. And you're just not included. And even if for whatever reason you couldn't be included because it's a secret, he doesn't even just lightly brush your face and say, I'll be leaving now. I'll be back later. Just so that you know that you're not leaving for good. Or that they don't care. I mean, those last two bits are kind of presumptuous on my part, to be fair, but...
Melee? You seem upset, but you also seem like you are not angry.
Well,
I don't know how to respond to metaphor, but if you wish for me to touch you in the morning and tell you that I am going, I will do so.
There's like a slight little like flush on her cheeks, and it's just like,
well, yeah, I was like sad and like a little angry in the morning, like I said before. But the point, I'm not angry anymore, and just I'm just trying to let you understand how I feel because it's you again, you've only been a person for like a week, so you don't understand a lot of things and the conventions of being in a relationship with somebody, and it's a lot to learn, and if I start freaking beating you across the head with all the rules and regulations that even I'm still learning and understanding, then I'm just no better than any stupid, dumb, naggy wife. We're both learning.
I do not know of a common naggy wife. If you wish to be more naggy, then you are allowed, unless I don't like it.
No.
Then you should lay down. He
Yeah.
reaches up to try to bring you down to him.
Nah.
As he lays you down beside of him, he just kind of stares at you. If I'm going to wake you up whenever I wake up to tell you that I'm going somewhere, then you need to sleep.
Are you just gonna stare at me until I fall asleep?
I will most likely fall asleep before you.
Are you gonna stare at me until you do?
Yes.
You don't have to.
He's like, is that, what should I answer? Yes. I'm like,
You don't have to stare at me. I mean, some things people do is they just kind of keep talking until someone stops. But
all right,
you don't want to let anyone slip.
He will pull you closer so that he is not staring at you. He is staring above you. As he pulls you closer to him in a hug position on the bed. There.
This is nice.
I think I understand what you meant with the Kometu talk.
Yeah?
If I were to wake up, and the last thing I remembered was having you like this, and you were gone, I would raze this city to the ground.
A little bit extreme, don't you think?
Not for you.
Well, then I'll just take that as if I ever wake up first and I need to go anywhere to wake you up and let you know that I'm going. I
Yes,
mean, if
because
that's
I would
what I
raze
want.
the city to the ground. You better be fast or you wake me up.
You know what? Fair is fair. I can do that.
He seems to hold on to you while this is happening. Eventually, you do find that while he is listening to you, you do find that there is a slight loosening to his grip as it gets slighter and slighter as the conversation continues to go. You do eventually find that he has fallen asleep.
Yeah, she'll eventually fall asleep too.
As you sleep, eventually, through any sort of dreams or any sort of things that would happen, you would awaken. Mostly because as you would awake, you would find that there is a person still laying in bed with you, seemingly shaking your arm very slightly. As you begin to stir, you would look to see the Karao laying in front of you, Kometu on his head, Mimi on his side. The three of them staring down towards you.
Oh, good morning. You're still here.
He thinks to himself, remembers what you said. He will brush his hand down the side of your face. A little bit, probably more forcefully than he intended to, because he's not used to this. But he does this and he goes, I'm going to go do that secret thing that I didn't tell you about yesterday. And I'm going to go kidnap Colin to do so.
Well, let him know that you're kidnapping him before he starts screaming and making a ruckus.
He'll figure it out.
Have a good day then. Don't have too much fun without me.
You see him looking to you. There is a slight almost look of annoyance going across as you see like his brow furrowing as he's looking at you.
What's wrong?
This is weird. You look extremely appealing this morning.
Excuse me?
I'm going to leave.
Excuse me?
As he sits himself up, Mimi falling off of him.
There's just that, like, slow blink as he says that. Excuse me?
As he sits up and just makes his way over toward the door.
Okay, see you later.
You're strange.
This is what you signed up for. I don't want to hear it.
He looks back at you again, just with a slightly confused look at you before turning and closing the door behind him.
Like, what is this? This sucks.
As for the rest of the day, Mei Li, as well as other people, unless, again, I had asked everybody if they wish to do anything, and if you guys have any ideas of doing things that after we have just had all that happen, then you guys can definitely do so. But as this is the final day for everybody's preparations, I would like to know, Mei Li, you would be basically spending the rest of the day gathering up your lemurs, gathering up any sort of items and things you've strewn across the palace, getting everything ready and going and meeting up with the others, because you guys are leaving literally tonight. As that is going down, the rest of you, for the past, again, day or so, as this has all been going on, you guys have been getting ready. You guys have been doing your earthbending training. You guys have been doing your lightning bending training. You guys have been potentially trying to understand, like, apparently we're supposed to see spirit bending, and when that happens, we just don't let it hit us. Okay.
Quick, where are my 27 lemurs?
And
Oh, there they are.
as all of the different people get strewn in and about the area, going to and from the palace, if there's nothing else that you guys want to do with that day of preparation, eventually you guys all will find yourselves being escorted, similarly to how you guys did whenever you left Ba Sing Se the first time, in very nice looking carriages that are being pulled very gently throughout the streets. You would note that as you go by, there are a lot of looks at the convoy of carriages at this point making their way away. Jin, in particular, you would look around at people as they would see you in the royal carriage, and a lot of them, some of them you would have met somewhat with in the upper rings, but a lot of them are very confused looking at you, because again, that's not our Earth King. What the fuck? You would see the people of Ba Sing Se watching as all of you guys are leaving. Some of them recognizing you guys from the last time you were here and calling out to you. Some of them recognizing Nuan and calling out to the Avatar, now that they know that they are the Avatar.
Yeah.
But you would all find your ways outside of the inner walls, going off toward the side until finally heading back out the gate you guys had first came in to Ba Sing Se on. You find yourselves going off toward the west, around the wide walls, until looking directly in front of you, there is the last vestiges of greenery before a large river separating Ba Sing Se from the desert itself. All of you would get yourselves out. Looking forward toward where the river is, you guys would see what appears to be a hastily constructed earthen bridge made over top of it. As you would see, there are several earthbenders in front of the river, making the large area that would need to be run over extremely smooth. Just to the other side of this place, you guys would see people dragging very carefully the sand vehicles you guys were needing to use over toward where the sands would start. There is a slight area that you guys would see that most of the soldiers in the Fire Lord's army would have kept themselves, as well as what remains of the Earth Kingdom's army. There are two questions I would like to ask Jin.
Yep.
Since you are the one making the decisions for the Earth Kingdom's army. How many, if we were to say like a percentage of the Dai Li and the earthen soldiers, how much of a percentage of them did you leave in the walls for the city?
Probably a lot. Actually.
There's not many. Most over the past like week, you guys have basically grabbed as many of the Dai Li as you guys could, because you guys weren't sure which of them were going to listen to you and which of them were the ones that tried to end you. You guys would have put as many of a lot of them away, mostly the metal benders. One or two of them you guys had kept out in your own employ, but a lot of them you had left behind with the Earth Kings, because they're definitely not making their way onto the battlefield.
Nope.
You guys would look about, and if you left most of them there, we're going to say then, huh?
I was gonna say fucking, like fucking 75-80% of them.
Okay. We will say then that you have a small convoy of Dai Li agents with a slightly larger percentage of Earth Kingdom soldiers about themselves. These will be the foot soldiers of the area. Those of you who aren't Jin, you guys would notice that a lot of the Fire Nation army is here. Not as many as you would hope to be, because a lot of them are still serving in the war over in the Fire Nation. But you guys do note that a lot of members of Royal Procession are here, a lot of different things like that. You would also find that, looking as if they are on the front lines, there are several members of Fire Nation royalty that are still here. As you guys would take note that not only is the Fire Lord present and seemingly inside of some kind of a battle gear, as you see him in the same sort of getup he was wearing whenever he had his Agni Kai with Nuan, but you also see Lord Jian in the exact same attire standing beside of him, as it looks as if the two of them are ready to go into the desert.
Squint.
Beside of them, you do not see the sister of Lord Jian and of Fire Lord Hakan, but you do find that there is a Nuan also present with them. They would have came out of the carriage that would have led them to them, as well as already with them, not in said carriage. You guys would see that there is a if I can find them, that there is also the future Nuan standing with their family. Upon seeing this, again, very difficult to figure out exactly what's going on from a distance, but you would see that the rest of the Fire Nation military off on that side are essentially surrounding them. They are essentially trying to figure out exactly what's going down, why, most, if not all, of the royalty of the Fire Nation is about to walk into the Death Desert. But they can just hold on to that. Who cares? You would find, other than them, as well, several people that have been traveling with you guys for quite a while would be present. You guys would find the prisoners that you guys would have would be about. You guys would find that the Oni from before would be about. You guys would find that while Adisa is not there, you would find, Akira, that your father is standing with the Fire Nation troops as well, as if he is ready to march himself into battle as well. You find that quite a lot of people that would not have been basically told to stay behind are present for this, including Dalto and his crew are about as well. And standing off in front of where the sand vehicles are they sand surfers? Is that what it's called? I keep going back.
Oh, they're called sand sailors.
Sand sailors, my bad. I that's why I keep saying sand vehicles, because I said sand surfers like 3 times. I'm like, that's not what it is. Over by where the sand sailors are, the last thing that really comes to mind is you do find that Daolan is standing with them, seemingly inspecting them, looking over them. Some of the more successful Earth Nation soldiers who are kind of bending sand also with them, as if they're ready to take over the reins if the actual sandbenders or airbenders were not ready for it. At the moment, if any of you guys would like to, you guys can head your way over toward any of the different groups of people that are standing. Over by the Earth Nation soldiers, again, there is Daolan. Over by the Fire Nation soldiers, there are the royals, as well as the avatars, as well as the Oni, and a little bit off toward where the Dai Li in particular are. You guys would note that there is several more interesting members of your little group, as there is also a boss standing ready going into battle over by where there's just like a bunch of like Dai Li soldiers and stuff who apparently recognize him enough, most likely have been around him when he was kidnapped, and they seem to be having a pretty okay time about it.
Well, of course.
Finally, you would find that over by where the airbenders are, there is quite a large gathering of the air bison, which some of them have donned in front of them some green armor, seemingly given to them by the Earth Nation soldiers. As you would find that Bola, where's Bola at? There, Bola, where you at? Bola, you all the way over here still? Yeah, you are. Bola, where you at? That's grilled cheese. Well, you would find that, oh, there you are, Bola. You would find that Bola, Keiki, as well as Bao, and finally Bacon are all outfitted in Earth Kingdom armor.
Aw.
It looks
Bison.
it looks as if Bacon is having a hard time staying aloft, but at the same time, you guys don't want them to fly anyway, or at least in the very beginning. You guys are marching, not flying.
Little battle bison. Look at dude, bison is that even a real thing?
There was some bison armors they were depicted in the show, but these look as if they were more hastily created. Because obviously there wouldn't have been a lot of time to do so. But at this point, as everybody is readying themselves to go forward, over by where the animals are, obviously the airbenders as well as Hikan with his 3 new Shearshu are just hanging out over there. I would like to know, looking about at the veritable army in front of all of you, you guys know that you guys are going to be setting off whenever the air is at its coldest. That way you are for sure knowing that nobody in their right mind in this desert who is not used to the cold is going to ever be looking for you, because the winter conditions plus actual literal nighttime in a desert. Oh my God.
Yep.
I'd like to know, does anybody want to make their way over to anyone in particular? Tell them to get the fuck out of here? Why are you trying to make your way into a battle zone, you fucking idiots? Or, hey, what's up? Nice to see you here. Or anything particular anybody would like to do before we head off into the desert? And by the way, before the last little thing is said, Mei Li, you would find that one of the sand sailors, the one that is was specifically told by Sudi, was the special sand sailor that they had captured. You guys would see that it is currently seemingly outfitted with a lot of different fabrics. As you look to it, you find standing outside of the fabric sand sailor that seems to be made with just a bunch of just basically, look at me, we're a fancy one kind of attire. You see that both Colin and the Karao are standing outside of it. You don't know what the Karao was doing, but apparently his secret thing was outfitting your sand sailor with a bunch of fancy fabrics.
Oh my God.
Mimi, get over here. What are you doing over there? But yes,
That sailor looks so gaudy.
you don't know exactly what he did to do such a thing, but they are in very nice looking colors, and you were reminded at least a little bit of the aesthetic that you had in your room whenever you were living with Baba.
Yeah.
Which most likely leans to the fact that Baba probably told him.
Yeah.
Either way, as you are dragged over to see that with the two of them, and everybody is going about, is there anything anybody would like to do or talk about before heading into the desert?
Yeah. I'll have to talk to Nawan.
Jin, you're going to make your way over toward where the Fire Nation Royals are?
Mhm.
Okay. Which new one are you trying to talk to? Because I can't find the other one for some reason. I don't know where they're at.
Are just the same.
Good. Because I can't find the other one.
I'm sure they're somewhere.
I'm sure they're around here somewhere.
Can't just control F, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, did you find them?
Yeah.
You find them? Hey! There they are. Cool. You make your way over toward there. Is anybody else doing anything? Anyone else making their way to the Fire Nation Royals?
I'll probably just talk to
Find
Naya.
us up, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna make your way to Nya. Luca, you're
Mhm.
making your way over toward them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. We will assume this then. First things first. Jin,
Mhm.
since you were the one to speak up first, you will make your way over toward Nuan. As soon as she would see you coming, you would note that there is a more heated conversation happening between Hakan and Jian than Nuan seems to have patience for. So as she's just looking around aimlessly, she sees you and she just starts wandering away.
He just looks at that, looks there, just motions like, come on, let's go. Come on.
As she wanders over toward where you are, as you are calling out to her, she seems to make her way.
There I am.
Yeah, what's up? Everything's looking pretty well, right?
Oh, yeah, it's a venerable menagerie of lunatics and pariahs. Look, I just want to talk to you about something I'd probably real quick.
Yeah,
Right.
we're cutting it pretty close, aren't we? Is it something important?
I don't know if I'll get a chance for this, so yeah.
Right.
I'm just kind of takes her away from this
Oh,
whole
here I go.
mess.
We're making our way. I'm like.
Okay, yeah.
You move her away over toward potentially the bridge-like area that people are moving them, things around in, at least a little bit away from where the major players are. You find that as soon as you do that, that Ro does seem to like speak up. He's like, "Should I be here?"
Ah, I forgot you were in there.
I do not find that I am very hard to keep track of any longer. However, people do forget that I am about at times.
It's really you're very sneaky even with your size, bro. It's really incredible actually.
Just a long little gecko snake dragon.
But if it wouldn't be too much, bro, could you skedaddle for a little bit? I didn't know. Did you know he made those noises when he runs like that?
He scurries away from the area. He's getting really big. I've been making him walk a lot because a lot of the times whenever he's around my neck, it's just really heavy.
Yeah, I was only kind of kidding about the boa thing, but yeah, no, very, you'll grow into it. But look, we're going into someplace real bad, Milan.
Yeah. This is where apparently that other me lost their arm, right?
So a lot of bad things happened. It's gonna be a dangerous trek, even with all, maybe even especially because of that, and the people in there are. I don't believe in predicting the future. I don't believe that's set in stone. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried though. So, I didn't want to wait to see if I make it out of this one. I got real lucky in that volcano with Luca and them. Not gonna count my luck holding up this time. So,
Jen, I'm gonna be honest with you. If anyone goes down in the desert, you would be the worst one. I mean, you're the only one that knows that place.
I know I can get us to where we need to go. It's the people that are waiting for us that I don't know about. I'm proud of you, boy.
Jen, now is not the time.
This might be the only time I get.
Mm.
I never thought that I'd be here, get this far. Not when this all started out. Look at us now. And
Whenever this all started out, I was trying to get as far away from you guys as possible.
yeah,
Whenever you guys finally left, it was annoying, though.
you miss us that much.
You see, like, that slight bit of defiance go into their face again before they just look at you. Yeah.
Missed you too, kid.
Mm.
I know you and them will probably make it through this without a scratch. Figuratively, not literally. But I don't know about myself. So, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. And I'm happy I met you. And the rest of those fucking lunatics out there.
Mm.
And that, I'm happy that I had a daughter like you.
What? She, like, steps back slightly.
Aww.
What?
What?
Mm. That's not fair.
Why not?
You can't start a conversation going, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it, and then say that.
I'm not good with saying the right things at the right times, no one, you know that.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
I think mainly too, in a way.
I won't accept it.
You want to accept what? Am I not the cool dad you've always wanted? For the other
No,
one?
definitely not. You're really weird and dumb.
Yeah, fucked.
But I guess I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I only wouldn't be opposed to it if after all this. So you can't die after saying that. You can't. You're not allowed after that.
I think he gives her a hug.
You can't after that. As you're holding on to them, they're just keep repeating it like, no.
Well, I guess I'm doomed to live then.
So, when we're out, then should I be? What should I be?
What do you want to be?
Should I start letting people know who I am? God,
You
this
mean
is so
like the-
stupid. Should I let people know that I would be Nuan Hailong? Let me go. Shut up. I'm done. She starts kicking. She starts fucking. She just starts kicking. Like, let me go.
Hey, let's go.
I love it.
As you let them go, they just take several steps back from you. But only if you come back. If you don't, then I'm not that anymore. No. I'll be someone else's kid then.
Yuki's ears
I
perk up
guess.
in the distance.
I guess if you want to be someone else's kid, but
Baby.
you always be mine to me. Dead or alive, I guess.
Well, if you want it to be official, then you can't die. I guess if you just want to think of it, then you can do whatever. I can't stop you.
You should die just to spite her.
How in character would that actually be with limited?
Hold on, let me get that off of you. It just starts brushing your shoulder as a little as a bunch of little tiny flags fall off of it. Why are you collecting all these red flags? What's going on? I'm playing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I suppose I have to start worrying about living then.
You better.
What a hassle.
You're not allowed to say embarrassing things like that in front of anyone. I'm glad you brought me out here.
Well,
So annoying.
I know. No, I just didn't want the Fire Lord and his brother to incinerate me yet. We can wait till after.
Looks over at them. Looks back to you. I do like that you wanted to talk to me before everything. I do appreciate it. But I'm a really powerful avatar now, so you don't even know what all I can do.
Wow, really is Jin's daughter, huh?
Well, that's true.
You guys helped make the personality of this character. I'm just saying. I said it from the very beginning of this.
Yeah, no, that's why it's so funny.
That's why a lot of them are Jin. There is a wide amount of Jin in this character.
No, I've always known you'd be a strong avatar, no one. It's about the person I was worried about. And I seemed I was worrying for no reason.
It's gonna be really awkward being around you now, so I'm gonna be in a different Sand Sailor.
If you insist, I'm sure mine will always be open. I'll probably forget to lock the door and all that. You know.
Yeah. She turns away from you. Didn't have to tell Ro to go away. Now it's even more embarrassing. He probably put it together. He starts walking away.
Shit, I really hope I don't die.
As Jin, you stand there for a moment before making your way back over with them toward where the sand sailors are. Luca, you said you were making it over toward where the Fire Nation Royals were as well. You make your way over toward them as the three that seem to still be there, which is other Nuan, Lord Xian, and Lord Hakan are standing. As soon as Nuan walks away, it seems that the conversation that Hakan and Xian were having kind of slows to a stop as both of them watch as they rush over to Jin. You see a look of somewhat defeat go across both of them. before you make your way fully there.
So, I fear I know the answer, but
it's been a long time,
may I...
Luca. Fire Lord looks to you, gives a slight nod to his head and a bow.
Oh yeah, I nod and bow back. It has. I hope you've been doing well.
As well as one could be in these times. I believe I've been doing fantastically compared to how I've been before meeting all of you.
That's very good, actually.
You've met with mostly my brother for a long while, as well as he looks toward other Nuan, my other daughter.
Well, not me, other me. So I guess, yes.
It's complicated. If you want to take one of these two away, they're really busy arguing over me.
Over you?
We were trying to have Nuan help us with Nuan before they made their way away, though my brother and I can't seem to come to any sort of conclusion as to what actually to do. Lord Xian steps forward. Since you seem rather confused, I believe you might not know, but my niece, motions to this Nuan, is having some issues with their bending.
Oh.
They were never completely unlocked the way Nuan's was. They were only severed from the dragon in their time, which means that they do not have the enhanced bending prowess that Nuan carries. As well, it appears that through most of whatever happened in the underground that you had all made your way to, it appears that she is unable to manifest her powers as the Avatar.
Huh. Yeah, I was not told that.
Because I wasn't going to tell anyone. I can still bend. I just can't do any fancy fire bending, or I can't use the Avatar state any longer. It's fine. I'm still a better bender than half the people here, even with one arm.
Yeah, that's true.
But
so
that is what we were talking about, but I believe we've came to most likely the best decision of we have no say in this, right, brother? Xian looks over to Hakan. I just wanted to make sure that they were taken care of after learning about them and learning what had all gone from them. We have no right to interfere with them. They are our blood, but they're a grown woman and they can make their own decisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hakan nods. Well, this is awkward. Hi, Luca.
Yeah, wait, so that was the problem?
The problem was getting them to admit it with my younger self here. She was also trying to stop me from making my way into the desert. Though with her, it's a lot more surprising. I don't know why.
Well, didn't you have a not so great experience there?
I came out of it a few pounds lighter, yeah.
I doubt it was only that.
Her hand slightly goes over toward the mask on her side as you say that, and then looks back to you.
Mm.
Yeah, but no matter what any of you say, I'm making my way in there, and that's that. I need to see this to the end.
We may need to ask why Nuan doesn't want you back in there. Though it may be... Okay, this is a touchy subject to say, I suppose, but... And kind of bleak, honestly. I shouldn't be saying it, but in the case that this goes south, I doubt you want to see something happen all over again, if you know what I mean.
Believe me, if things go south this time, I plan to be in the absolute forefront so I don't have to see it again. That isn't the best way to put it.
It really isn't the best way to put it.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. But I'm not one to stop you. I've come to realize that.
Oh, jeez, I zoomed in. I didn't mean to. This Nuan steps forward. As they do, they look up towards you. I can't hear them anymore. Ever since what happened in the spirit world, where the tree was, ever since Ko started acting strange and speaking the way he did, I've sensed nothing from this mask. I believe that before everything, he, or at least one of them, took me over, which is why I didn't know much of anything that was happening whenever we were meditating. I believe that one of them, either Ko or one of the other spirits that were residing with him, had taken the full brunt of whatever happened. Which means, if all of you go, everything is for nothing. I have to go into the desert. And no matter what I've seen, no matter what will be yet to seen, you're yet to be seen, I think that you understand that, right?
I do.
Then We don't have to talk about it much anymore. I'm not going to stop these two from going out and ruining our family line. Apparently, you saved.
Yeah, that's my question. I can accept. These two, why?
The two of them look away. You'll have to talk to them. They've both been just telling me whenever I bring it up that they saved my aunt or something. I didn't ever see something like that in my time.
Oh yeah, so you're just gonna throw away the rest of the family line, of course, and just leave it all to your sister, huh?
Not exactly. I've already talked to Jen on what I want to do. And you're being very cagey about that as well. I wouldn't have to do it if you would just go back. I wouldn't have to do it if you would just go back to the Fire Nation.
Oh my god.
Both of Hakan like stops, looks at Nuan, stops, looks over to where Jin and the other Nuan I've walked to. Both Nuans are making their way into this desert, and I will not be someone who abandons them again. I am going to be here until my last breath. You're annoying in every timeline.
Okay, I'm definitely laughing. I can't help it.
This one seems to have a much more hardened attitude about it.
Funny.
It's a little bit. It seems a little less. Seems a little less joking whenever you say it. It's not joking when she says it either. All right then. I'm going to make my way over to one of these sailors. I can't really mess with them with sand bending or anything, but I can still do air bending, so I will take over if something happens with them. Not to mention, I feel strange with how buddy-buddy these two are and how they are to me, and I've not been able to get over it for a week, so I just want to have some space.
Oh.
They were
okay.
One of them, I'm not going to say which, wasn't around whenever I was there, so I'm going to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I pat her on the shoulder.
I think everything can change this time. I've never seen something freeze over a desert before, she shrugs.
I think so too.
She gives a smirk. You see them put the mask upon their face and they start walking away.
Okay, now you two.
Lord Xian and Hakan just sort of stand there. I've already spoken with Jin. I believe that once things happen, however they happen, if I am to perish in the sands, that I would like, in the absolute best case scenario, I'd like for one of my daughters to take my place, if they wish it. But if not, then I was hoping my brother would take the place. Motions to Xian. But since all of them are here, it leaves it to my sister. She said that we were all being crazy by everyone making our way there, and she has decided to stay behind with the Earth Kings, as well as the Ghost Queen, I believe she was calling herself.
Okay, so she's the only one with sense here, alright.
You don't have to say it incredibly like that. I mean, I think that we are being very fair. Both of us have had our powers awakened by the dragon. Both of us are extremely capable firebenders, and if my brother is going to stay here, then I, for one, am not going to allow any sort of tragedy to happen to my family again.
So you're just going to allow it to happen to the Fire Nation?
He looks around as if to make sure there's not a lot of people within earshot before looking back to you as Lord Jian just gives up, yes.
Okay. You know, I didn't really expect that.
You have all... Oh, geez, that was weird. You have all given me a new understanding about how I wish to go through this. And you have all brought back my niece to me, to a point that I have grown extremely grateful to each and every one of you. I didn't think that I would ever allow myself to feel vulnerable again after what happened with my family. If both of my nieces are making their way into this desert, and my brother himself is making his way, there is no power, no nation in this world that will stop me from marching with them. And as fond as I am of all of them, I'm also very fond of all of you. I cannot allow any of you to march there without me as well. Even if all three of them were to wisely turn back now, I would still march with you, Luca. It is my honor.
I feared you would say that.
It is my honor that I would.
No, I can't say I don't understand that sentiment. Because if I was in your position, I would do the same. I'm just a little concerned, is all.
We should all be more concerned. You are extremely talented and extremely wise beyond your years. If there is anything you wish to say other than leave, I will take it into account.
Well, darn, I am all out of other words then.
Then I suppose you're stuck with me for the foreseeable future.
That's not so bad. And for the record, you're not as annoying as Nuon from the past? The other timeline? I don't know.
I've stopped trying
Says
to
what it is.
comprehend it, to be fair. Perhaps when there's more time.
Yeah.
That does bring up something as well.
Mm-hmm.
I heard from several of our admirals, as well as from many calls from everything, but it seems as if the current theory about the war in our kingdom is that the Southern Water Tribe has been riled up by the Black Rings. Perhaps whenever all this is over, they will lose some morale. And while I can't guarantee that, this does seem that this may be close to not only solving whatever problems the Black Rings seem to throw at us, but also leading at least to the end of the war over in the Fire Nation. Once that is over, I would like to travel.
Oh. That's a good goal.
I was wondering if you wouldn't mind accompanying me and showing me the different places you have been.
Oh, disaster fell in every place I've been. I'm going to be honest. But
And yet
with
you've lived through
the
every one.
changes. We've had some close calls, but yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I would love to. It would be my honor. So don't die.
Wouldn't dream of it. If you're not going to
Alright,
talk the
well.
other three into leaving, then I suppose I have to get used to the fact that they're going to be going. I will go and speak with the royal procession. I will make sure that each and every one of them are under guard by no less than 2 royal procession members and 2 other armed soldiers at all times.
That is good, because I'm pretty sure your brother shares your same sentiment. So there's no talking him out of it either. And then the royal procession are loyal to you guys. So
I will make sure that we have everything we can to make our way forward. I wish we had more people, but in order to grab more people from the nation, we would have to take away from the war efforts. It seems that we are stretching ourselves quite thin, even in the Earth Kingdom as well. But with your
unfortunately so.
But with your ploy here, motions toward the desert, I believe we may have at least evened the odds.
I'm certainly hoping so.
I will go and contact the procession. I will most likely, since I will be having each of them guarding one of us, we will be taking different sand sailors. Would you mind if I accompanied you with yours?
Wouldn't mind in the slightest.
Then I will see you when we depart.
Mm-hmm.
You are fascinating to speak with.
Fascinating.
I've not had a lot of fun talking with people as much as I have with you.
Aw. How sweet.
Until then.
Mm.
Or Giam would walk past you and go to make his way over toward where the Fire Nation guards are, leaving you alone with Fire Lord Hakan.
Not one last chance to talk you out of this.
He watches Gian leave before looking back to you. After what I just saw, I do not believe there is anything you can say. Everyone important to me is making their way through this desert.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, unfortunately, nothing that I can say or do to stop it, despite having the power that I hold. Story of my life.
Seems so. Then you best prepare, I guess, for this.
He brings his hand upwards from his robes as a small little mote of green flame would come from it. He would look at it, look back to you before extinguishing it. I'm as ready as I will ever be.
I'll give him a nod.
Would you make your way back over towards your sand sailor?
Yeah.
Rue,
Hey.
you had said you wanted to make your way over toward Nya?
Mm-hmm.
Over toward Nya? Anyway. You would find yourself stepping out, going over around toward where some of the refugees would be standing around, one of the ones you had found in the northern Earth Kingdom. As you would step your way through them and over around, you would find that Nya would be basically making sure everything is tied down to the sand sailors, latching them all down as best she can. As you would approach, she would look back to you. Oh, you're wearing that getup now.
Well, it's gonna get cold soon.
She looks over toward you, looks back over toward the desert. Great, now I feel underdressed.
It's fine. I think I've prepared some more.
You think you'd catch me dead wearing anything like that? It's way too
Well, it's
fancy
very
for me.
fashionable. This isn't the fancy stuff.
I mean, look at it. It has that fur rim around it.
Not fancy at all.
Well, it
Come.
sure looks fancy on you.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it would look good on you, though.
You
Come on,
see
don't wanna
them.
try
You
out a
see
little.
them open their mouth as if they want to retort, and then they close their mouth with a smile. You can almost think on what she was going to respond to with that, but she decided not to. Anyway,
You sure you don't? You sure you don't want to try it on at least?
I think if you wanted me to play dress up, you had plenty of time before today.
I mean, I know we did. Still, I just want to lighten the mood before we go into the desert.
I honestly, looking around at everyone, I feel the mood is as light as it possibly can be. There are several people who have been looking forward to this the past couple of days after seeing that display that Yuki and Luca did. Most of them are seeing that as a sign that our side is destined to win.
And I'm pretty sure we are. We've got a really talented team, and talented benders, and talented fighters. Although I don't think this is going to be easy, I think we'll get through this.
You've already shown me that even if something isn't easy, that it isn't impossible. You've allowed me to get closure with someone that I never thought I would talk to in my life. You stuck with me despite all of the talk I was saying about ending all of you in a lot of cases. I poisoned some of you.
Yeah.
And I'm still here because you didn't do the easy thing. I know. It's not going to be easy, but there's nothing you can tell me, Rue, that will make me think that you won't find some way to pull it off.
That's good to know. And we'll pull it off. It's a team effort after all.
Yeah. Oh, I spoke with that boss person. I learned a couple of things he was using in his concoctions he was messing with. Over the past week, I've been trying to get as much things as I can to mess about. I've been able to use some of the stores that we got from the desert, from the different beasts that they might have captured at when they were trying to flee from there. And I made several concoctions with squid ink, sand squid ink, whatever it's supposed to be called.
Huh.
I'll tell you now, most of the things in the desert are far more foreign to me than even things from other nations at this point. This place is strange.
Yeah. It's very strange. I don't like it.
Either way, I couldn't get my hands on any of the canyon crawler venom or anything. But I was able to mess about with that, and also I was able to sneakily get a little bit of your friend's Viper Owl to let me have a bit of their things as well. I wanted to see if you could hand this to him. She takes a small vial out from her robes. As she does, she hands one over to you, and then she hands a different one over to you. She points to each of them in general, or each of them in turn. That is what I was able to extract from the Viper Owl, and that is the sand squid poison that I have made. I'm not entirely sure what it'll do, but it should be extremely potent with what I made it with. I've made several extra ones for myself. I can't do any bending, but I have brought with me as much as I can to make sure that I'm going to be useful.
Who do you want me to give this to again?
Oh, give that to Akira. I was using his owl viper.
Gotcha.
I don't think he noticed. He was busy throwing javelins outside when I was doing it.
Yeah, and he didn't collect them. Nothing.
I don't fucking have to collect shit, bitch.
We'll talk about it later, Akira.
We're not going to talk about it ever.
We're not ever talking.
Now
Like you're
sit down.
over my shoulder.
You think I'm gonna talk about anything?
Once we leave the desert, we talking.
As she looks to the sand sailor, she looks back to you. I think this is the one you guys are using, right? The really fancy one.
Mm-hmm. I believe so. Although, yeah, I believe so.
It's a good tactic. I don't know which one of you came up with it, but making the fancy one the one that has the strongest benders among it, drawing in as much potential firepower as possible. It's a good tactic.
Yeah. This is gonna be so dangerous but fun.
Meanwhile,
Although,
over by where the Karao is, I did it because it looked pretty. And it made me think that you would like it.
Real genius.
Pretty thing for pretty girl.
And nobody would tell me otherwise because I'm a dragon. Anyway,
I think I might have something to help you with your poisons and concoctions.
Oh.
Tell me, have you used a blow dart before?
I can't say that I have, but I understand the
I do.
premise.
I do have some darts and a blow dart as well, so have some range. And it's not like I was using them. Besides, I don't want to accidentally mess around with poisons and poison myself.
Yeah, that seems like something that would happen to you.
Yeah, but you would help fix me up, wouldn't you?
Eventually.
Eventually.
Depends on exactly the poison. If I had the chance to, if you were in like excruciating pain, obviously I would stop it as soon as possible. If it was something like impairing motor function, it might be funny to watch you stumble around.
You know, that's fair. Here the ammo, by the way. Never used this.
You hand over the stone needles as well as the blowpipe and the darts that you had attained. As they take them, they look to you.
There.
Oh, there they are. There's a dart. As they take them, they look to you. I can't promise I can do anything with these, but I will try my best. It will at least be
Like
something in case something attacks us while we're on the Sand Sailor.
Like you said, the impossible seems to be able to happen.
I'm not
Oh,
you.
by the way, yeah, you're you, and you've made it this far. Oh, by the way, did you ever open that box that I gave you?
I thought that if I were to open it too soon without you, that I would either do something stupid or do something not stupid.
Oh no, I think that's a good thing. At the end of all this, then we open it.
Rue, how many stories do they tell in the Southern Waters?
How many? What?
How many stories do they tell in the Southern Waters? Because you just did the worst thing that you could possibly do in any sort of fiction.
I'll be real. The stories aren't that great.
The stories don't end very well to someone who says, when we get out of this, we blank.
Oh, usually they end up finding the Southern Waters.
Oh. Must be a cultural thing.
Why? Do they end badly?
A lot of the times, yes. A lot of the times, whenever someone like you goes, "Oh, don't worry, we'll do something after all this," they usually die during that.
Huh. That's strange. We usually call it a blue flag. Everything goes fine.
Blue flag. It's a lot simpler of a term for it. I like that.
Nope, we'll be fine.
There's enough room here for several people. This thing is rather huge. Whenever all of you get ready to make your way, I think we're leaving as soon as the sun disappears over the horizon. As soon as that happens, I guess we'll see if this blue flag of yours is showing or not.
We will see. But before then, I have something to deliver to Akira, and then I explain to him why he should pick up his metal poles.
All right, then. See you in a bit.
See you soon.
As you turn to go away, she reaches out and grabs your arm. Upon doing
I
so,
let her.
she pulls you back. And getting a little bit of leverage with the sand sailor, she reaches up and attempts to give you a kiss.
I accept. Before she gets back.
You guys
That
are
was,
funny.
that was
cute.
that was such a surrendered. I accept.
I will
Awesome.
accept this.
Beautiful.
I'll sign my name on the dotted line, I guess.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Lindo's tired.
I am.
I know,
Lindo's a
it's just
sleepy
so-
boy.
It's just so funny.
Lindo's a sleepy boy.
I accept.
He needs to be tucked. He needs to be tucked
here.
in like the karate.
Initial here.
Initial here.
Initial here,
Huh?
and
And
here.
And signature.
Signature.
Thank you for using Summoner's
Hey.
Network.
Time.
I would say.
Okay, now the other side.
I would say that after explanations would happen, and again, mainly you would get the explanation of why this was made from the Karao. Both him and Colin would basically explain that for the past week that the Karao has been working for Baba. And that is how he's been able to pay for all of these nice silks and fabrics that he's adorned your sand sailor with.
Oh, you shouldn't have, but you did anyway, and I love it.
You find that there was no tactical reason for this. The dragon just sees it as what? Yeah, he's like, we might be a bigger target. So I'm a dragon. Anyway.
Yeah, but so is a big dragon. So
I have
So you
nothing has
understand, it's not
changed
making-
for me.
No, you don't understand. It's about making an entrance. It's about making a statement.
You're like, I love it. As everything is said and done, because there doesn't have to be a ton with that in particular, him and Colin would basically wait at the sand sailor. Colin looking as if he has basically been forced to stay there, as there's definitely probably been some kind of conversation that the Karao had with him. Whether or not he just went up and told him, hey, you're my son, or went up and told him, hey, I'm kidnapping you, it doesn't seem to have, you can't really read it, read which one he probably did. It's definitely one of the two. As you would go to make sure everybody is collecting themselves, you guys would all be just a little bit about where things were at, since a lot of you are mainly just making sure to check on things. Akira, you would have again taken small note that your father was here, but he's over by where the admirals and stuff are, so you didn't make your way over to him. Ichibe, you would also take note that over by where some where the Onis are, as well as where Ryan is, your mother would have made her way here as well, because neither of you actually talked the other one out of not being here.
Yep.
Both of you basically would have, after all that stuff would have went down, would have looked to each other. Both of you would have understood what the other one was gonna say. Neither of you went for it. It's like, we're not even gonna bring that the fuck up right now.
This is a family thing, and we're a family, so we better fucking kill some bitches.
You guys would also note, as this is going on, that a pissed off looking Nuan is stomping her way over towards that group, followed by a Jin a little bit after.
That's pretty cute.
But at this point, as Rue comes over to join the group as well, the 7 of you are standing within an amount of space between each other. The first time all of you have been around with Nuan since Nuan just showed back up. And, you know, Fire Nation. As she makes her way here, she looks to you guys. She gives Jin a dirty look before, like, turning toward everybody. Have we figured everything out yet?
Yeah, also, here you go, Akira.
So,
Akira, you see Rue hand over to you a small vial of liquid.
What is this?
It's a concoction made out of your pet's venom. Feel free to do what you wish with that. Thank Nia for it.
I would say I stare at him, but I just kind of pretend to stare at Rue.
are you sure you should be giving poisons to the one that can't, you know?
Huh?
Yeah, it can. Sometimes.
Sometimes, but
No. Here's how we can check. Hold on.
Maybe Akira wants to die.
Give me both the vials.
What?
All right.
Okay.
eh?
Okay. She's gonna hold up the poison one to everybody. This one, right?
I don't know.
Not you, Akira. Not you, Akira. Everybody else. This is the one, right? This is the one. This is the bad one. All right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. And this one is the good one. Okay. She's gonna spin around a couple
As
times.
you say this one's the good one, Rue's like, actually, that one's also poison.
Also poison.
No, don't worry. Hold on. Woo, 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 woo. Here, Akira, you want some water?
Oh no.
No, I don't think I do.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm...
I can't blame you for trying, though. It was a good attempt.
No, see? He can tell. He just knows.
What in the fuck?
So,
I know you're adorable when you
Yeah,
think you're being
enemy.
funny.
What do you mean?
It's always funny.
Yeah.
I think she's
Tell it was
funny.
poison immediately. Look at them misplacing their trust.
As the vial is put into Akira's hand.
I am so glad that I am better than you. This has been a source of entertainment I didn't think I'd ever get again. Man.
It's a source of worry I never thought I'd have again.
That's what makes it funnier. Oh wait, if you're worried now, waiting like 6 hours, you're gonna be real worried.
Yeah, I believe that 100%.
Okay, everybody. Someone needs to make a motivational speech.
For what,
I
us?
Okay. So welcome back, Nuan.
I'm just saying, we're about to go into like a whole treacherous thing, aren't we? Like we're gonna be putting our lives on the line for the sake of a greater cause. Or are we not?
Yeah.
Just make a speech each.
You mean speech for
People
us
are
or?
shy, Rue.
Well, us in general, like.
Yeah, rude. Okay.
I don't want to talk in front of people.
Of
You know
I have
the whole
such anxiety, Rue.
Hey, yo. You mean for us, right? Not for the whole.
Oh yeah, for
No,
us.
no,
I don't know half of these.
Yeah.
Rue, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sorry.
a lot of people to invite to my wedding.
Rue, I'm sorry that my future self gave me weird spirit visions in my dreams that brought you into this mess.
I forgive you.
Which one though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, all right, Bailey, let's hear it.
Well, like I just said, we're all about to fight for a great, noble cause with the intent of coming back alive because something greater upon the horizon is awaiting us.
Mhm.
my wedding, to which you're all cordially invited to.
Oh,
Aww.
you would.
Fucking damn it! Now I got 2 of them. Great.
You guys
Wait,
can't
two
keep
of
doing
Two
this.
of them.
What do you mean 2 of them?
Nothing.
Who the fuck's holding a wedding while mine is happening?
Another wet. Another reason not to die in the desert. That's all.
Oh,
I'd never miss that for the world.
good.
Mhm.
Because I'll be very, very sad if
Aw.
none of you can come because you're something stupid like dead.
Shit.
Yeah, like dead.
Well, then just hold it in the spirit world.
It's gonna be pretty hard. There's a lot of people in the spirit world, and I feel like someone in there is gonna say they object.
I don't want to say that we possibly could, so I'm not gonna say it.
You think we could do it without getting sent forward 30 years?
I'm just saying
That's a little bit more ambiguous.
I'm just saying the Karato has pissed off a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of people in the spirit world would not like the idea of hit limbing in holy matrimony.
That is very fair.
Well, I'll just kick him out. It's fine.
That is so
We don't need
Let's
we don't need him for the wedding.
I meant the rabble rouse, not him. He kind of needs to be there. Unless you're saying a mirror could suffice or something.
I'm pretty sure multiple spirits will pay good money to see the Karato locked down to a human.
You're right, we should monetize it.
You don't get it out.
We could set up a whole booth and everything.
Oh my
Instead of
god.
buying, instead of wedding registry, we just jump and donate for cash.
Don't urge him on like this.
Come on, who needs a mortar and pestle this day and age? We have more modern science now, like leeches. And waterbender healing.
Plus,
What
Melee
if they're
needs money
allergic
for that honeymoon.
They're allergic to lesion, they just kind of die immediately, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god, I haven't even thought about where wouldn't he take a honeymoon. I never thought I'd get this far.
Would you go to the Ember Isles
The
again? That was a
north
great little
is
time.
beautiful, by the way.
You think he's okay with someplace hot?
What did Lucas say?
The north is beautiful, by the way.
Oh man.
By the by.
Right up there, by the way. You can also visit the Koi, by the way.
You're right, I've never been kicked out of the north yet.
Oh, have you seen those spirits? They're very nice.
Oh
The
man.
what?
The spirits
I
that
don't
Luca
think
was
I've
talking
seen
about.
them, right? Have I seen
You're like,
them?
I just said koi. What?
It is a Koi.
Oh, never mind.
Don't worry about it.
Not never mind. We're gonna go. Let's absolutely annoy the hell out of those koi.
That's
That's
for the
great
that's
time.
No,
that's for the DLC.
They're so peaceful, please.
Please.
If they're peaceful, there's no reason for me to annoy them. They won't hit back.
I will admit, guys, I was a lot more confident about going into this whenever I thought we were going in with 3 avatars.
Yeah.
And now I've learned in the past couple of days that the other 2 aren't that really anymore. One of them can't come, and even though I finally was able to talk to him, he didn't really say a lot to me. And apparently other me isn't really able to do much spirit stuff for some reason. So
We'll be fine. One
I just wanted to let you guys know that I'll protect you.
Aw. So it's come to you protecting us now.
Yes, because some of you, looks over toward Jin, like bringing up stupid things like death.
Jin, what did you say?
Jin, what did you say?
I didn't say anything. What do you mean?
Bringing up death?
I mean, it is a very real possibility.
If it's about the beach, I've already apologized.
What?
What?
What happened at the beach?
What?
Oh, when I was dying on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the beach
You
out
weren't-
of the lake.
You weren't like really dying though. You got up, right?
Oh, I'll just wink it. I'll just wink at her.
You see a
Sure,
look. You see a look of absolute frustration and worry go across their face. Like what?
I mean, to be fair,
Okay.
I've already died before, so it's fine.
Oh my god.
I've died in another timeline. I guess that counts.
I technically died 2 times. If
I'm considered dead. Does that count?
I've already died.
So who's living in our party currently?
You can just gently pass on the back. Just say it's okay. We're,
first life.
you know how we all are.
I guess me.
Oh, you silly reincarnated fool.
Well, I guess technically, if you take in all of that,
Yeah.
I've died a lot more than all of you.
Yeah, exactly. You know firsthand that dying's not a big deal.
I hope I don't reincarnate. I'm sick of this place. I'm gonna be honest. So much stress.
I don't like this place. It's a silly place.
I think we all need a long vacation after all of this.
We all owe it to ourselves to return here alive.
I know a lot of people, well, a couple people, no reason to come back alive, so. I hope I just leave the desert with at least one hand intact this time.
If I had any interaction with the water tribes, I'd be like, why are you guys raising so many blue flags? Anyway.
Yeah, why are you guys reading so many blue flags?
Blue, shouldn't it be red?
Must be a cultural thing.
Yeah, it's blue in the stories.
Hey, boss, you know what a blue flag is?
Yeah,
don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't do it.
boy.
Speaking of Boss, I did mention he was here earlier. You guys will note that over by where Boss is with the Dai Li, he does seem to be mixing something at the time, which does show that Boss is making something pretty neat, whether it's food or poison or something, who knows.
I don't want Boss to be here. Tell him to go away.
Hopefully it's some kind of not poison that can give you guys some kind of an all cure.
Yeah, I'm sure
yeah.
he's...
Okay, yeah.
Okay. We still have that one left.
Who knows if it is though?
Still the one.
Still got the one. It's in my little baggie.
In all seriousness, though, even after that mess of ice and snow we've caused, Seawong is not a kind place normally. But now it's angry. You're more dangerous. I'm not going to lie to any of you. I don't think I'm going to let myself stay too attached to most of their faces here.
I
Real encouraging.
choose to stay attached.
It's not about encouragement, it's about realism. This is real. This is dangerous. It's more than just us risking our necks for people now.
And when was it never not dangerous, Jin?
Exactly.
Well, I believe in us.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about us. Never mind. I don't give a shit.
He was motioning towards the fucking the group at large, all the way around us.
Then I
Not this
have
far,
I have a thought
what?
then. What if we don't let them? Nuance says very low.
The 7 of us against the entirety of Seawong.
I mean, they're all wanting to leave whenever it's very dark, right? We could go as soon as sundown goes. We have the better sand sailor, and they wouldn't be ready to leave immediately, right? We could just grab whoever we want to go and go. Mei Li can use it, and I can help whenever they fall over. Or not fall over, but fall out of it. And then we wouldn't have to worry about everyone else getting in the way. She looks over toward where the bridge is as you guys see Yuki and Captain Lenoa giving each other hugs.
I don't think we should deny them of the choice.
Agreed.
We all came here already.
This
And
involves people far more than just us.
Okay.
Nuan, imagine if we did that to you.
I would be really mad, but
There we go.
but I mean,
But I'd be alive.
yeah.
yeah,
You
They're
see
here
you see
for
them
a
like
reason.
you see them nod to Ichibei, and you guys might kind of feel that that might be a part of them that they got from Ichibei.
Oh my god.
Wait, what part?
I'm
The
so
very-
confused.
Just being very blunt about it.
Ah,
Being very deadpan and blunt.
You'd be alive, but probably upset about
Yeah.
this for the rest of your life.
I was just bringing it up. I know that
Mhm.
I know that they would most likely come after us, but we would be able to have a head start, and maybe most of the danger would come at us instead of them.
yeah.
It was just
Maybe.
something to bring up. I thought that somebody should.
Mhm.
I'm glad you did.
Hmm.
But you're right, it is very dangerous out there. Only two kinds of
Right.
people can survive out there regularly. Those weird beetle merchants and the sand tribes. Luckily for you, I'm one of the sand tribe. As long as I'm alive, I'm sure we'll find our way through easy. As long as we don't run into too many indigenous life, rattlesnakes, rattle scorpions, spider squids, old lefty,
Sounds
little
very
things.
homey. Sounds very home and warm.
It really is like the equivalent to the sea, huh?
Well, and buzzard wasps. Oh, a lot of things.
They call
Mostly
it
underneath the sand.
they called it the Golden Sea at one point, right?
Mm-hmm.
They did.
There's many legends about what it used to be. And punishment. It's mostly punishment of the gods for the tribes forgetting them and all. Which is the most horrid they've ever been. Usually just drop rocks on top of tribes' houses in the sky. But, we learn to live anyway. Spite's a great motivator for living.
Can't we just ask one of the gods to drop a rock on the black rings?
Oh my god.
There's only one god I think is even active anymore, and I'm never asking for its help again. So,
A lot of spirits like calling themselves gods. I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate to say, but shrugs.
Mhm.
tomato, potato, tomato, potato. It's all the same and all different. But, all things considered, I can't think of a better crew of people to go out there with.
Me neither.
we really went the distance, didn't we?
I'm sure we could have got a lot more done if we didn't lose that whole year.
Beyond the distance, I would say.
Wait, you guys lost a year?
Don't worry about that, Rue. We'll talk about it later. When we all know we have at least a year after this. Don't touch the spirit stuff. Stay away from the spirit holes. Don't go in them.
I think it's too late.
Don't avoid them. Try to avoid them like a plague.
Rue,
Looks
is
like
that-
the spirit in his hair.
Rue, is that what they're calling a blue flag?
No, I don't know what I don't care. I don't care what they call it. I call it a bad time. But
I'm glad we're doing this together.
Oh.
yeah. Me too.
You guys would start the note. The sun beginning to look very low in the sky. After a bit more time of preparation, you guys getting the bison ready, you guys getting the shearshoe ready, you guys getting the sand sailors ready, You guys collecting people to be on your section of the Sand Sailor. You guys would have 4 Sand Sailors. The one you guys are on can currently, with the people in the front, it's basically like a long carriage of sorts. It's much larger than the other 3. You guys can currently hold around 10 people on it. Yourselves included in that, obviously. So, with the 7 of you going along with the things going on that one there, not including Melee, because Melee's the driver, you guys can choose 4 people to come with you guys on your Sand Sailor. I would like to know, currently, who are those 4?
All I promised.
The 7 of us on one sailor too, or
You guys can choose to be on different sailors. I'm making assumptions on myself. If you guys want to be on different sailors, you can.
Yeah, are we being hunted or are we...
Here, I'll make it like this then. I'll make it like this then. Do-do-do-do. While this is not the actual thing of it, I'll bring this little room over here because we can make little.
We're bringing a whole shop with us.
Bring a whole damn shop.
Yeah.
At this point, if you guys have 4 Sand Sailors, some of them are not as big. They're able to hold 6 people and a driver on them. One of them is much larger. It can hold 10 people plus a driver. If we were to say, doing things like this, first thing I would ask, Melee, you are currently going to be piloting the biggest one.
Yes.
You have the biggest one that has been freaking decked out in fabrics and all that good stuff with you.
The most fabulous one.
The most fabulousest one. If you guys would like to go into a different one, you guys can. Currently, the people who are driving them, one of them will be... Let me find the airbenders. There they are. The different airbenders will be basically being the main drivers of such things, unless you guys want to trade them out for anyone in particular. You guys can trade them out for the airbending masters. You guys can trade them out for like anybody in particular, yada yada yada. Where is the other? Okay, where's Lon? I can never find you anymore. I've lost you so many fucking times. He's somewhere around here. We don't have to worry. There he is. I found him. That's great. No, honestly, we can have it be like this. This is actually fine. There are 4 named airbenders. So I believe currently we had Tikal and Korra on one. No, you said Korra should go on the one with Mei Li, right, Jin?
Mm-hmm.
So Guru Korra will be on Mei Li's as a backup Sand Sailor. We have Tikal having one. We have Lon having another. And the 2 airbenders we will say will be backups for both of them. Since there is one more than you guys had originally assumed, I'm just going to say the last one will be taken over by the only other airbenders you guys have, which will be Toa and Yoru. So, these are the have to be's on the Sand Sailors. So at this point, you guys have 5 slots for the other Sand Sailors, and you guys have 9 slots for that Sand Sailor. Who's going? Who's going where? Which side are you guys going on? Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. We'll go down the list.
Don't all jump at once.
We'll go down the list. Rue,
Mm-hmm.
which sand sailor are you wanting to go on?
Any with wifey.
They will go on whichever one you go on. Which sand sailor do you wish to go to?
Sure, gang.
All right. You're gonna jump on the one with Mei Li, and you're gonna bring with you Nya.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 2 slots taken up on that one. Ichibe, where are you going?
I don't want to go on one with everyone, but can't do that.
You can.
But it's up to whether or not
By
they
the way,
join
by the way,
one we're going on.
since Mei Li is going on this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and put that one there.
Okay, so that means that if all of us were to jump on that, that means there's only 2 other slots left for people. Well, technically 1 because we have Kara as well. Oh, technically none because Lord John has to be on there. You know what? All the Onis probably want to be together, so I'll go with you guys.
Okay.
If you end up going there, we'll see. If you don't go there, I don't want to be.
Luca, where do you want to go?
You're all hating on my.
Where
freaking
are you and
glider.
Lord Jian going?
Oh, we're going to this one
Okay.
with Lon.
Gonna go with Lon.
Yeah.
I will say, because Lord Jian is on that one, the other Fire Lord Royals will not be on the same one as Lord Jian. So I will say that they will most likely go on each of the ones here. So we'll have Hakan go on the one with the super sussy airbenders. You know what? No, it'll be funny. It'll be funny to have her there.
Oh, yeah. That'd be funnier.
Which means that since each of these guys have a royal, that Nuam will not want to be around any of them and go here.
Oh yeah, this is the cool people, Sand Rider. You were all hating on it earlier, but look who comes crawling back.
Never mind, I'm gonna get off of this one.
Jesus Christ!
The fucking just get the fuck in here.
Get the fuck in here. It's the safest one.
I don't know if that's true.
I think it is now.
It has the most shit going on. It's honestly the biggest target.
Akira,
Who decorated this skimmer?
Yes.
where do you want to go? On these things here, each of these are a different sand sailor. Over Nya. Currently we haven't put other NPCs on them. But where would you like to go on these 4? Would you like to be on the one with all these guys? Would you like to be on the one over here with Luca? Would you like to be on one with yourself? What's going down?
Hang on, I'm staring at the. Go over here. There we go.
In fact, I'm actually gonna make one last change because I just realized something that'd be fun. Since Mei Li is doing this one, I'm actually gonna switch this one. Because there's somebody who wants to be around Mei Li because their Mei Li died.
Aw.
So you can go wherever you want to, Jen. At that point, you can change your thing if you want to, or go back onto that one. But I will say that Nuam wants to be near Mei Li, so they would have picked that one.
Okay.
Since I feel kind of bad.
Gonna go over here? Heck yeah.
Yeah, I didn't teach her as much as I should.
All right, Jen, where are you going?
You want to talk to Hakan and talk about parenting rights?
I'm gonna talk to Hakan about the time whenever he said, "Hey, dude, if I die, take care of my daughter," or whatever.
Dual dads here, you know.
Well, death's knocking, buddy. He fucking stabs him.
I get on the weekdays, you get on the weekends.
All right,
My daughter.
we're gonna lock this in.
Mm-hmm.
That means that, with this being said, we'll go to each of the things in particular, and we will assign the last people to it. Jin, You are the last one to choose your thing, so I would like to know what NPCs would you like to bring with you? You can bring up to 3. Anyone that is not brought on a sand sailor will be marching into the desert anyway, but they will be marching into the desert, you see. Bring him, boss! Let's go! This is the party,
bestie, bro.
Dude, this is the party fucking sand sailor. Not only is it partying with Firelord Hakan, it's the two boys, and we got fucking Takal leading it.
I thought Kata was more of a partier than
Kota is a daredevil. Takal is a laid back, is very, very, very laid back, very, very down to earth.
Accepts everything. That's the problem.
All right. That's 1.
I will say, as far as the things here are concerned, Yuki is not going.
Okay.
But it did seem that Lenoa is going.
What?
That's why they were hugging on the bridge, because Yuki has used up everything they had to turn on this storm, you see.
Yeah.
They are not a trained bender with fucking years behind them bending like Luca is.
Yeah,
they're like,
she spent most of her life.
They're like, I make big storm, black.
Yeah.
Last kind of bit.
That is fair.
Also, this guy was not talked to during the week, so he is also not going because he's in jail.
Yeah.
In jail.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm in jail.
I'm just gonna go through and just like start picking people out of here. You get out of here. You can come over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You can come over here. Ro, you're with the avatar. You can go over there.
Yeah.
You're not. Nana, you're not going. 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 Neither of you are going.
I think
you're not going. You are going. You are going. You are.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted to bring King, but this is a party bus.
We can't bring him onto the party bus. That'll ruin the party.
I know, right? He's so fucking him.
King just goes, "Let's get turned up," and then burns everything.
And then falls asleep.
Who do I want to bring this fucking thing?
Speaking of people who are in jail, also in jail. Not going. Making sure that's everybody. I think that's all of the portraited and somewhat not portraited NPCs that are going. Oh, except for Hakan, but Hakan is having to go with the sheer shoe, so he is most likely not getting on a thing.
I want to bring Dalto.
You gonna bring Dalto?
There's only one spot left.
If you do bring Dalto, more than likely Rieta will be going.
Oh, but she's just in the same boat as King. Well, I probably was gonna say Dalto and Dala.
If you want to have this continue to be the party place, you need to not bring Dalto, unfortunately.
The crushing irony of your statement.
Because Rieta will be going with Dalto. Rieta will 1000% be going with Dalto.
I absolutely want to see what this guy acts like.
Hey, Dalon. You have one more spot. Currently, you have 2 airbenders, a firebender, a waterbender, you're an earthbender, non-bender.
What about your other bestie, Jed?
You do have your boy Nahando.
Bestie.
Oh, I'm just gonna leave Nahando out like that. I see how it is.
No, get out of here.
Hey, she and I still haven't talked either, despite being the only 2 lava benders in existence.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a tough decision. I hate this.
It is, dude. This is
He's who I haven't talked to a lot. This guy, he needs to learn something.
He needs to learn something. Fair enough.
He needs to learn the finer things of
party with more. That's the thing.
That's a tough call because one was in a coma for 47.
But also party time.
Yeah. See, this one was in a coma for 37 years, and this one was in a coma for 37 years. But
This one was missing for 37 years. No, I'm kidding.
if you pick Lenoa, that's basically a bachelor party.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Basically, to call yeah,
we'll
sure.
have a bachelor party for the Karao without the Karao.
that's the best way to party with the Karao, not having him around.
I will say, if you could technically make an excuse to leave behind this airbender because you can sandbend.
I can do that, can't I?
If you would like to instead not have him there, you do have one extra slot.
2 spaces now. 2 spaces, 3 children. Which one do I sacrifice?
Take my brother to my ship.
Hey, bro.
Hey.
There you
He's
go.
the Luigi to my Mario.
Yeah, sure.
If Mario and Luigi never knew each other for 17 years and actually then realized that while they both
Yeah,
wear very
I thought you'd
similar
bring
outfits
this
and
guy.
hats, it's not just for
That's
show.
his other brother.
That's his other.
That's Wario.
That's Wario.
You know what? Because
God.
because there are less spots on the big ship. I will go to the big ship next. The big sailor next. Meili, Ichibe, and Rue. There are 3 spots remaining. You guys each have one person already, so you guys can each grab one other person.
Gotcha.
Who all
You
is
need
going?
the franchise.
Who all is going with you? We have several people on display over here. Let's display them all. You're not going, Baba. Get out of here. Bloop. Look at all these guys.
Oh, you're missing one. You're missing 2.
Oh, where that? Oh, yeah. What up? And again,
No, it wasn't those 2.
Oh, where?
Now that means you're missing 4.
Oh, there they are. Okay, I was fucking looking around like, who am I missing? And then I forgot about these guys.
You know what? I'll do the homie a favor. I'll grab your mom.
I like how. I might have to kill you.
I'll grab your mom. It's fine.
We're gonna. I know,
oh my god.
I know she's hot, but like, you can have my fucking brother.
Well, I'm taken. I ain't gonna do shit. Plus, she wants to kill me.
Out of everyone, Rue would be the least likely to bring this man. He has no idea who he is.
No, I know.
It's funny.
He has 0
So
idea.
why are you bringing my mom?
Because
He actually knows her.
that's their warden, man. They're the ones that put Rue in jail.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's the Hokage.
So can I get my shit
All right,
back?
there's 2 slots left. Meili and Ichibe. Who are you bringing?
Girlfriend should be back pretty soon. She's in the bathroom.
Who are you bringing?
Oh.
You have
I mean,
one...
like, I feel like it'd be really obvious if I just bring my girlfriend, and I could do that.
You could?
Could do that.
You definitely could.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna do that.
Hey.
I'm surprised Jin didn't put Sudi on the party bus.
Yeah, Studi apparently isn't party enough for Jin. He wants to bring fucking Lenoa and Beishi.
She's the fucking brainchild of us combined,
He wants to bring Lenoa and Beishi before he wants to bring Sudi. It's fine, you know.
I thought about it,
can
but I only
handle
have
it.
6 slots here, man.
Nah, I get it. You love those guys more than you love Sudi, the person that you
Dude,
taught how to bend and kept
Lenoa
around
can run beside the sand.
You know what? You're right. Lenoa can actually marathon man.
I didn't think that would actually work.
When did we get the discount avatar? What the fuck?
They were there. They've been there for a bit. First off,
they want
I've been in the bathroom for a bit.
they want to
be with you.
They want to be around you because you died.
Yeah.
They want to be near you. But everybody's choosing one person for the thing. You're the last person to choose. There is you have one more slot on your part. You're gonna bring them? Ah, heck yeah.
Oh yeah, your friend.
Have I shown you my husband?
This is the fucking Oni bus. Holy shit.
There's only 2 of them. There's only 2. Well, technically, I'm kind of one. I'm kind of like a certified one.
Technically, you're kind of one. Technically, this person has the same thing as you. There's
Oni,
Oni,
dragon.
there is basically Oni,
Technically
there
is.
is Oni.
There's whatever the fuck Mia is, and Rue is over there, and then Kara, I'm scared. I don't know what she does.
And then we got a little Luigi.
It's Luigi.
And then Balan, who was Luigi. The resemblance is uncanny. I'm gonna be
All
I
right.
honest.
I like how Walter subscribed to tier 2 and all he said was Wario.
I was a tier
Christ,
2.
no.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
Walter, thank you for the tier 2. I can't remember what my tier 2 sub emote is, but use it now. Anyway, that being said, we're gonna go Luca. Who are you filling your slots with?
Hey. Let's see.
Read.
My tentacle bonded brother.
Tentacle
Tentacles are bonding.
boy, let's go.
Oh no, not the hentai bus.
Let's go.
The hentai bus, let's go.
Okay.
Gion's like, well, my whole family's dead. I am single.
Okay.
Are you gonna make Akira ride with his dad?
Yeah, it's better.
I mean, technically, Akira's dad can just march as well, so I guess that's also true. Who's the next
You know
one?
what would be funny? Just surround Gion with water nature.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody would have a problem
Yo.
with that.
Yo, bring in Dalto.
My culture, yeah. Bring Dalto, but he's
Hey, we filled it.
Yo, that team is called Team Hot Water.
The water. You
fuck are these
see, now we
names?
have this random man's. We could have Falset in here too.
That's you know
It
what?
wasn't for this guy.
Here's the thing. Do you
Oh, your
trust?
vote's
Do
gonna
you
fucking
trust
die.
Lon? Do you trust Lon enough that he can handle it without the airbender? You can.
I do trust Lon.
And how about we just?
We had a moment in that volcano.
It's the hentai bus. Let's go.
You know, Lord Xian is like Eminem in that bus.
Wow. Lana's right there, bro.
What
It's
is
true.
that supposed to? Oh,
I said inside.
took me a
Oh,
second. I was
it's-
like, wait. I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
All right,
Took me a
Akira.
second.
Yeah.
You have 3 slots. Who are you bringing with you out of all these characters over here? Who's going on your bus? Yep, 3 people you can grab.
You can grab Ichibe's mom. You can grab your mom.
Ichibe's mom's going with you.
You can take her.
Yeah, Rue grabbed Ichibe's mom.
You can try.
We're gonna bring your mom. Bring your mom.
You don't want to bring the fister?
No.
Look at him! Look at the fister!
No. If he punches someone,
Can I just say I appreciate
if he punches someone, he'll have a heart attack.
He can handstand run faster than these fucking.
No, but his
he's
heart.
lanky.
No, but his physiology is different. His heart is in his fist.
That's how he
It's
pumps it. He
so-
just
it's
flexes
so
his
big.
fingers.
Yeah.
And his brain is in his ball sack.
Yeah. If you
Just
kick him
as
in
a-
the balls, you give him brain damage.
Just as a reminder on some of them. Some of them you've known the entire trip. So we have Jim, Clem, and Prim. All of them have been with you guys from the beginning. We have the general who has been here. He's the one you guys had to basically almost have a fight with in the Fire Nation, but you guys talked your way out of it. He got you guys on a ship and brought you guys into the port.
I forgot about him.
We have Colin. He is the spirity person that is technically descendant from the Karao, but was somewhat trained in their spiritual arts by the Ona. We have another one of Ichibe's ninja people who has
Wario.
fought you guys to a decent degree, but usually his kryptonite is a kunai with chain. Luckily, he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. Hopefully. We have an Oni, which is just gonna flip that on like blah. Hold on. Just blah. There we go. The spy that had helped you guys out from the Dai Li, who is mainly trying to get you guys into the Lake Lao guy, but you guys ended up not needing him. We have Square, the Square. We have your dad. We have Rushin, a member of the Royal Procession, who is a very powerful firebender in their own right. We have Caillou, the Dai Li that helped you guys in the underground path whenever you guys were going through Lake Lao Gai. And of course, we have a couple of airbenders who are a couple of airbenders that you guys just brought along with you.
Randoms.
Well, they were supposed to steer the sand sailors, but yeah.
Randoms.
I guess we needed more. I guess we needed more than we thought. They're backups. They're with the caravan. It's fine.
Gonna bring these two over here
Oh
to you.
yeah, where's my barb?
He's somewhere around here. We'll find him.
Barb.
While you make your
There he
decision,
is.
I'm finding him. I'm bringing over. Hold on. Let me get. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, my baby.
I just need to. There we go.
Oh yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Look, they're the,
All right, I don't want to be on this boat anymore.
Okay, they'll barely
my
take up
fucking God.
space.
Oh, the lemur van.
Rue, you jumping ship?
Jump ship, dang.
I'm kidding.
I'm not.
You're gonna
You're just like
jump ship
covered in
each you
lemurs.
pass?
No.
All right, Akira, who you
But
bringing?
these lemurs have to fucking leave.
I just realized I'm the last pick.
Yep.
I just realized. Let's see. Everybody got the good ones. Okay. Let's see. No,
I'm gonna be honest. These are the only people I'm really close to. It's
well, you know, cool design character design wise.
You can bring your dad with you.
That's a whole
No.
can of worms.
No.
Like, that's a whole thing.
No.
If he
I'm not
brings
gonna
his
do
dad, then his dad's gonna be on the front lines as well. So
We could
But I
bring
left him just for you.
You could bring Captain Lenore, Square, Rushin, the
Yeah.
General.
here's the thing: whenever you say
Colin.
square, it's like they're square. I'm playing.
You got Clem, Jim, and Prim.
Don't do Fen dirty like that.
Let's be honest though, Prim, if Clem goes, Prim probably won't go, and if vice versa, they have a
Are they
thing
still
going on
having a
right now.
fucking spat?
They have a thing going on right
yeah.
now. They're
He
not
did
they're
them
not.
dirty. Okay, she
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
It's
Keep
Currently-
in mind that no matter what, people are going to be coming with us anyways. Like everybody we don't choose is still going.
They're
It's
going, but
just-
they're not going to be in the initial assault because you guys are on sand sailors. You guys are going to be moving through the desert a lot faster than everybody
Dog.
else.
so I'm going to assume that I'm going first. Tom. Okay.
Gonna bring Rushin?
You said he's extremely powerful. We need a powerhouse.
Yeah, she does pretty well. She's the first person you ever saw use the fire daggers. In fact, whenever you saw them, you that's how you learned your fire daggers.
Yeah, you copied them immediately.
Yeah.
They're the
And you
one.
did
They're,
pretty damn good.
they're the one that technically
Yeah,
taught you
you're
your
like, I
fire
want
daggers.
that one.
How long ago?
Mhm.
I did.
Long ago in a time lost to the ages.
How long ago? I wasn't paying close attention. I was like, oh, it's a guy. I totally fucked that up.
Wait, what? Rushen?
Yeah. Like
Are
just
they?
now. Just now. No.
Oh, no, they're a girl. Yeah.
I just
It's the armor. It's definitely the
yeah,
armor.
it's 100% the armor. If I didn't zoom in, I'd be like, oh.
It's not like I could drop boob armor, let's be real.
Let's see who else we got. If I'm going first, we really need powerhouses.
Currently, you have quite a powerhouse team already. Like you have 2 airbending masters. Technically, one of them is airbending master by just the fact of they punch real good. You have the Avatar, who is actually the Avatar. You have Rushin, a member of the Royal Procession. You have you. You have a lot of air and fire on your team.
I forget how powerful is Lenoa?
The only time you guys have seen him fight, he jumped into the Earth Nation Palace and punched a dude 30 feet through the air.
Yeah, he wrecked havoc in there. He is strong. He is scary.
Remind me, he is an Earthbender, right?
He is a Earthbender. He doesn't really bend a lot. You haven't seen him do a lot of big feats of Earthbending, but he is an Earthbender.
He bends people.
If you're looking for power, you know that out of everyone, your father is probably the most powerful bender here, but you're not bringing him.
Wait, what?
Your father was a very powerful bender. There was legends of him in the Ember Isles.
Oh fuck. No, because we need Earthbenders.
There is a Dai Li member here who is a member of the Dai Li, so he is a very accomplished Earthbender. Other than that, there's no other. Prim is a skilled Earthbender, but they are not Dai Li level, but they also have their own stuff because they are technically a chi blocker as well. When it comes to their fighting, it's technically not called a chi blocker in this world because nobody knows what a chi blocker is, but they fight like a chi blocker.
Yeah, but let's call him a chi blocker anyway.
We have Colin, who is literally been taught spiritual bullshit by an Ona, and of course we have Kazan, who is an Oni, which is a super ninja on steroids. So honestly, if it comes down to which of the three ninjas I would bring, I would most likely bring the Oni.
I'm just gonna say one of them didn't get caught out by a chain multiple times.
Yeah.
Right now, our whole thing is to be like, we don't give a shit about being stealthy. Like, stealth is irrelevant at this point. We are going there for war, and they know we're coming.
If you're not wanting to be stealthy, I would say your best people would most likely be Colin, Prim, Lenoa, or your dad. If you're not wanting to be stealthy, those guys are the more flashy, flamboyant benders and people that can do shit.
Got 2 slots left. All right, so
because these 4 are all about stealth, and the only thing that Muraso can do, he is not a extremely accomplished firebender, but you guys do know whenever you guys fought with him the last time you did, he has the ability to basically how much D&D do you know, Nightshade?
I've played D&D before.
He's kind of like a battle master fighter. He's able to give other people his turns. You guys saw that whenever you guys were fighting with him before. So he's able to, on his turn, tell other people to do things, which will let them have their more turns.
Okay. Yeah, that is pretty good. Okay.
So he's not flashy, but he allows other people to be more flashy.
Sorry, I had to let that out.
No, you're good.
Oh jeez.
And Square is the worst choice out of everyone here. These 5 are kind of the worst choice. Square has their own art because we made them have their own art. But they are basically a basic Fire Nation captain.
Okay. And she's really short, so she can kick people in the shins.
That's true. She can kick people in the shins.
They're the F tier. They're the Z tier. He's probably gonna be B tier.
You could separate them to F tier, stealth, non-stealth,
FAS,
hardy, hardy oriented.
Which one's the Battle Master? You just
the what?
Battle Master.
Oh, that's him. That is Muraso.
General.
Okay.
Yeah. He is able to. He's able to tell people to do shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know it.
Yeah.
All right. So this is gonna be a bit.
And for these guys again, just to say it, really powerful firebender. You guys have a lot of firebenders, but very powerful firebender. very strong earthbender in the way of he's just very good martially usually. Earthbender slash chi blocker, and trained by a literal fucking snow leopard spirit thingy.
Okay, so spirit bender, earthbender, super strong and very powerful earthbender.
Firebender, this one.
I thought he was an earthbender.
Oh, this one here. You had your thing hovering over that one. My bad.
Oh yeah, no. We need power, so him.
You're bringing your dad.
Your dad.
We need power. We need power.
Yeah,
The reason I
okay.
brought up earlier is because you also have yourself and Rushin, who are also extremely powerful firebenders. Is why I brought that up earlier.
Right, we're going into the desert too, so we need something to like. Sand. There is shit underneath the sand that is stone. Like, you know, if you ever played Minecraft, sandstone exists.
Yeah, I was just letting you know because if you bring King, you will have 3 people who are basically performing the same duty. Is what I was trying to tell you.
All right then.
That didn't stop me.
It didn't. It really did. I mean, to be fair with you, you have a lot of people who aren't benders on your squad.
Yeah.
They're just water tribe. Because not a bender, not a bender, not a bender.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know what I'm doing.
All right, what are you doing?
Boo-boo.
Bringing Prim
Boo-boo.
and Muraso. Hell yeah, that's a good team.
Yeah, I feel like the battle master would be is indicative of what we need.
Hell yeah. As you grab these 2 for your final ones, I will ask everyone else here. You guys can trade people out if you like. This is the final time to do so. If that is a no, then we are ready. Okay. These guys will be going up the rear with the bison. They will be staying with the bison as they march through. Hoka will be keeping up with you guys somewhat. He is going to be basically running on the Shearshoe, and the other 2 Shearshoe will be flanking him. So Hoka will be around at the very least for a lot of stuff with you guys. And as that is said, I don't think Mimi, get over here. Get over.
What are you doing over there?
What are you doing over there, Kometu? Get over here.
That's where he went.
All right. As you guys have now chosen all of the people who will be making their way through, all of the squad who is marching headlong into the desert as fast as they can on sand sailors. Night comes. Everybody looks back toward all of the other members who are marching along, all of the Dai Li you guys have brought, all of the Fire Nation soldiers, the other refugees and militias you guys have accompanied throughout your way here. As everyone gets ready to go in, Jin gives the signal. All of the sand sailors get filled with airbending. As each of you start to take off over top of the frozen sands, going much faster than even Jin would have thought with the sands being frozen, you see. As you guys rush off, I think that's where we're going to be ending things off for tonight. As each of you have a direction you are going. Jin has given you guys the exact coordinates to make your way to. As you guys get into the desert proper, Jin holds everyone to a stop. Jin, you jump off of your sand sailor.
I figured this was going to show up.
You make your way over toward what you can assume is the road. And as you do, you see what appears to be a marker sticking out from the road. A small, decrepit-looking idol that doesn't seem like a lot of people have kept up with it in the past little bit.
We're abandoning you too, huh? I'm not surprised. No honor among thieves and all that, right? He reaches into his. He just takes his little money pouch off and tosses it at the bottom of the marker.
As you toss your money pouch down, everyone around, for a brief moment, you guys feel a familiar sense, one that you guys usually feel coming from Jin, if it ever happens. But you guys sense a deep cryoseism throughout the ground around you, as a rumbling goes through the frozen sands. It happens for about half a minute, and then it seems to fade. Jin, you usually do not get a response when this happens. You usually do not get a response whenever you give money to the altars. And this may have just been a coincidence. But with you being as tight into the religion of the big fucking scary sand monster underneath the sands, you take this as a response.
Yeah, I missed you too. Definitely missed you.
You say it's the only time you've ever actually seen this thing was in a vision where you got fucking mauled and eaten by it.
No, he still misses it.
Hey, it's gonna. Hey, he always said it was true, and now it turns out it was true. So I'm vindicated. Fuck off. Might not be enough for all of us, but that's. Oh yeah, there's something that's been eating up my fucking inventory for. I think since we were in since the early double digits fucking things, I take this out and toss it on the altar too.
You're gonna take out your scavenged broken Daily chess piece.
It's treasure
that you've held on to for so long.
That's sentimental value.
You put it on the altar, covering the small money pouch that you had, and you slightly bury it so nobody finds it. The money pouch, I mean.
Yep.
As you sit up, you look back toward your little battalion of people. You go back to rejoin them?
Yeah. He actually says to all of them, listen all. All right, everyone get your share out. Unless you want to end up eating. Because he points to the ground, that has never happened in my 40 years of existence. So that's Matt. So that is a wave. Get your shares out. A couple gold pieces, maybe.
As you say that, you do find that as soon as you make your way back to your place, Lord Khan looks over to you. I think this should just about cover it. As he hands you a very tiny little pouch.
We'll take it. Just bouncing and saying, yeah, probably.
You take it over toward the altar, you check it out. You note that he has most likely paid for everyone. There are around 15 platinum pieces inside of it.
He looks at that for a good long while. Thinking real hard. This puts it.
It's just that thing of God, what's the video? You just look down, your eyes wide, staring down at this, the wind blowing past your hair, I could steal this. I could just take it.
Yeah, he relents and puts it on the altar next to the other pouch. Never mind, you've all been paid for. He points to the Fire Lord. You're welcome. Man.
Don't thank me. I was told by one of my daughters that there would be something like this involved. Motions over toward where Melee's place is.
Yeah, they pay attention. That's good. Listen. Let's hope that leaves us alone for a little while. There's a lot of traveling to do.
As you return, you guys each once again make your way away from the altar. Whether or not that actually did anything or not, who's to say? But as you guys go off and away, we fade out and wait until next time.